everyone, and welcome to another episode of Couch Potato Queen's Big Brother Chat. We are still going. We are still doing this. The show ended like a week and a half ago. We are still here. We're still chatting it up, okay? Like, it was a big season. What can I say? But everyone, we have a special guest tonight. Another one. And this one's amazing, okay? V, are you so excited for tonight?
Of course I am. Come on. Again, keeping my OG season, the very first season I watched, alive. So let's fucking go.
I'm telling you, keep 23 and 24 alive forever. Both seasons.
Literally.
Like just a replay of both
And
seasons.
23.
Perfect. Frank, what about you?
Oh, you already know I'm excited. I can't wait. And you know I love hanging out with y'all and everybody that's watching. I love y'all. What's up, Joseph? Athrilla. Athrilla, your name wrong. Care Bear.
We have a few people. Joseph. We got Care Bear, Athrella. We got a few of our viewers up in here. It's going to be fun. No, I'm really excited for tonight. We have an awesome guest, and I think we're going to have a blast tonight. It's going to be fun.
We're kicking.
I know. We are definitely going to be kicking tonight. All right. Hope everyone has the booze ready. Let's go for this evening.
Josh, we have the same mugs. Did you have an owl mug?
Yes. Do we both have owls? Yeah.
I literally have the whole collection. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. All right. Whole box of owls. Let's go. All right. All right, guys. Our special guest today is a member of the legendary Cookout Alliance. Known for his loyalty to the Jokers and also his social game, Derek was able to get all the way to the end with winning no competitions. He was the second house guest to make the final two in the history of Big Brother, along with Dr. Will Kirby. I'm sorry. I think that's awesome. That's how I would be. I love it. Yeah, that's impressive. I'll say it. All right. Today, Big D is seen giving his opinions on the game throughout social media. We are so excited to have him here today, guys. It is Derek Big D Frazier.
Oh, I had to put on some chopstick because you forgot the starter of the cookout. Don't forget.
The starter. You know what? I did watch this on the live feeds. You did bring it together. You were the social one who brought it. Okay.
Thank you, but you did great. I love that introduction. Hi, guys.
Hi.
First of all, I love the vibe of this whole entire thing. People are smoking and drinking. This is my type of podcast, okay?
Damn, I'm telling you, you were talking about this stuff on the feeds last year, and I'm like, I wish he knew about us because that is us. Like, it's how we do things. How we
seriously, you guys look so good. Can you believe it? Another season down.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And you know what? We got a really good winner this season. Like both winners, X and Taylor, like great winners. And what are your thoughts?
I'm sorry, X didn't win BB23. The Cookout won BB23.
I agree.
X just got the money.
You know what? I agree with that.
So what makes you say that? Like, talk to us.
Oh no, there's no team behind it. I'm just saying, like, without any of us, he would have never got there. And we all sacrificed our game for each other. So in reality, he got the money. We just won in general. I won BB23. I don't know what anybody else talking about. It's just they just gave him the check, but the Cookout won. Tiffany won, Hannah won, Kylan won, Ozzy won. We all won.
You know what? It was honestly watching last season, Big G like live and watching the feeds. Yeah, it was a great season. It was a fun season.
Yeah.
It was very lighthearted of a season. And watching the Cookout just dominate week after week. Apart from week one, Frenchie, I mean, like, woo, Lord have mercy.
But I have love for Frenchie. You know that's my.
I know you do. That was your. I'm a feed watcher. I'm like total nerd for Big Brother. Like when I go on dates, I tell people, okay, what's your nerdy side? Because mine is this show, and I'll probably won't get a second date, but I don't care because I'm that obsessed with it. But like I watched you with him week one last year, and I was like, okay, like that's kind of like I don't know. There are things about your game that are similar to how I would play in some ways with social game.
Yeah.
So I did have respect for social game.
You know, us gays, we're good at social, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's because we're very open-minded. We're very we have been through a lot. So for us, it was hi to everybody. To us, it's like coming in this social game. It was like clockwork, baby. Now, also, I work in admissions and sales, so I can sell you anything. I can resell you those headphones you got in your ear right now, and I bet you want to buy them. So you put me in a game where all I got to do is talk. That's all I got to do is talk, and then I can entertain. And then on top of that, it's like, it was just easy. It was just that part was easy. The hard part was maneuvering.
Yes.
Trying to keep up with every conversation, trying to make sure everyone's in line, also making sure who do you give information to, who you do not, who do you lie to, reading people's auras. There's a lot that goes into it. There is a lot of strategy. And the thing that I hate the most is people that play a social game don't get the same respect as someone that plays a competitor game. Because if I was a great competitor, I wouldn't have to worry about social. I would just beast my way through.
You know what? I think I agree with that. I think personally, for me, who's been a fan of this show since day one, competitive, social, strategic, competitive is the least important.
Oh, the least important.
Like, least important. Yes, maybe have a couple comp wins if you can. Like, it's big, but like the most important thing about this game, it's a social game.
Yeah.
It's a social game. It's the relationships you're making and how you use them. Then strategic second, and then lastly, you get the comp queen. Okay,
yeah.
Like, I think the more comps you win, the bigger threat you become. Example: Michael this season won 9 competitions, or did he win? Did he win 9 competitions? Was it 9? Whatever. He was targeted the second he didn't win.
Of
so
course.
If you play the social game, you can find your way to break through this crack, break through that one. It's relationships.
I will say, with Michael, he is a great competitor. He's probably one of the best in the game as competitors.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, can you put Joseph Collins?
I don't have anything else to say because
no. Yeah, because I want to chime in. Can you put Joseph Collins' comment?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm ready
Perfect.
for it.
Let's go.
All right. So Michael won 9 vetoes and didn't get out until final 6. You made it to final 2. Queer people can adapt. We've been doing it our whole lives. Here's the thing, Big D. I can call you Big D, right?
Yeah, you call him whatever you want.
All right. So Big D. I was horrible to your gameplay on Twitter.
Okay, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, but I also defended you a lot of times, like, because you're another gay black man.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand, like, a gay black man, that is 2 double whammies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The fact that you created Big Blue Couch, you created an atmosphere that wasn't toxic. You know, we didn't last year was toxic as fuck. We didn't watch games and them doing social stuff.
Yeah,
your personality is what initiated that. And that's why after like analyzing certain things, I was like, damn, you really don't get as much credit as you actually fucking deserve.
Yeah, no, I never will, and I never will. I have to fight for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's unfortunate.
And that's also a testament to like adaptability. You know, I was seeing a little bit. You can bro out with Xavier a little bit. You could talk deep with Kai, Tiffany. Y'all can do y'all thing a little bit. You know, Hannah is Hannah, and Azza. That's your girl. You know, it was just like, but then you had to adapt to the white people.
Yes.
You know, and so adapting to the white people is a whole nother strategy on top of a game you're playing with your own people, and people don't realize that. But you did a great job, and you didn't burn any bridges. I mean, who gives a fuck about the comment? Who cares? But you didn't burn any bridges in terms of like deeply.
Yeah, I think the thing about it, like you said, is the double whammy. So I already knew, being black, we already got a target on our back, period, through life, through competition, through since the beginning of time. So I already knew going in, okay, I'm black. Another thing, I'm also a big dude. So I'm also getting targeted for being a big dude. No one's going to see me as someone they want to work with or want to compete with. So I knew relying on, and also I'm a gay man. So, you know, that really does help a lot. You know, like I said, when it comes to Michael, and as I was saying, yes, he did win 9 competitions, whatever, but he got out early. But on top of that, the only reason he got out early because you gotta take the shot when you take the shot. See, people try to do everything. Michael's trying to do everything.
Mhm.
If he would have just maybe worked every single angle, because I worked every single angle to the point the dust on the damn ground in the Big Brother house. I was making sure I was working the producers, working everybody. Okay, everybody was going to be working with Big D in a way that they would never sit there and have a conversation and go, should we take out Big D because he's kind of like, like they never had to worry about that. Because I was making sure I was controlling all the conversations that were happening. Yes, I do not get the credit that I deserve. And I think that's because of the things that I have said. And, as a gay man and how we are just in the gay community in general, we say bitch a lot. We're like, yeah, bitch, whatever. I don't fuck with that bitch. But because you're on this show and then also you're doing it in front of people that don't really understand your lingo, it comes off disrespectful. So at times when I said, yes, was I wrong for, saying the things I said about Tiffany in the backyard, and when I was talking to X at times and referring to the women as bitches and whatnot, that's just how I talk at home. But I have to realize that it's not appropriate and it's also disrespectful, and I made sure to apologize for that. But I think because people are so gun-ho on once they're latched, especially, which is fine, I love it, especially when it comes to the women in competition shows, it's you stand them all the way. So when a man does something wrong, you're crap. So for me, when I'm like, hey, hold on, girl, I'm one of the girls too, I wasn't getting that same love because I wasn't their favorite. So when you're not someone's favorite, you're not going to get that same love. Now, as my roommates told me, I was getting that love in the beginning. But obviously it switched once, the Tiffany fiasco happened. And then Tiffany had a whole, stands, and that's how they are. And that's fine. And I have made sure to make my wrongs right. But yes, it does suck that I don't get that same type of love, that same type of stats as everyone else. Because like you said, Dr. Will went the whole game not winning anything. And he won the whole entire thing, and nobody questions his game or critiques his game. Me, they look at me like, no, we're not giving you the same credit, when it's like, baby, I had to work every angle. And me and the cookout actually sat down in our group chat one day, and Hannah said it. She was like, Big D had the most ties to everybody. So I had myself set up for whatever. The only time I was probably blindsided was probably when Kylan took X down, and then I went up, and I was like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna keep my cool, because last thing I'm gonna do, I'm a nigga from Phil. Oh, excuse me, I'm a player from Philadelphia, so I don't play those games. That like, I'm not gonna kiss nobody's. I'm not gonna sit here and start. No, fuck that. That's why I said I'm okay with that, Julie. Whatever it is, what it is. That's all I can do at this point. I did the most I could do. So
for sure, Frank, we've been talking about this multiple times on this comment. Like, definitely, this is our time to talk to him about it. So Frank, go on. I know what you want to say.
Yeah. I mean, I like to just go there. Okay. A lot of, and I also do see the hate that you received. Yeah. And it's not cool. It's not cool at all. And
I think you guys understand though how we are in our community.
Yeah, we're queer people, and it's I use that bitch, this bitch, like that's normal. That's normal in our community.
But because we're on a heterosexual show, if I was on Drag Race, I would be an icon, a legend, a star. She's there. Right. Because I'm on Big Brother, I'm not. So I'm not saying how we talk is right. That's just how we are,
I kind of explain this, and I feel like this is okay on some real shit. Okay, being black and gay, the B word. That's when everything literally switched for you. Is the bitch comment.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I said this numerous times on the pod, even with Tiffany. I love Tiffany. I'm a Tiffany stan. Like, when you're in a family and you're black and gay,
Yeah.
our language is a little different. And I love my aunties, I love my mother,
Yeah.
you know, but in the past, has there been times where it's like, oh, this bitch gets on my nerves? Because that's my mom, you know, it's like, you know, like in the past, you know, I love her now. She sent me some money. I'm happy. You know, like, you know, in the past, it was just like, I still love her. I just said that's just how I feel. But these sensitive ass people that's on BB Twitter, they will take, because they're not fucking with you, they're going to take everything you say to the favorite and run with it. But they don't realize that for us, it's kind of like, damn, that's kind of just like, I just opened up my mind and said something to somebody I fucking trust.
Yeah.
I don't think she a bitch, but it's just like on a public platform, I think that's where it was just kind of like where she might have and other people might have been like, damn, on a public platform. But you're in the game though. You're in the game and it's personal. But I've been watching since season 1.
Yeah.
And other people, like I see how the game works, and just other people that might have been watching since season 1, I don't know. I just get it. You become personalized with these people.
Yeah. I think the hard part is that yes, if I put a camera in every single household, and when you get angry or you feel some type of way, the thing about it is that house guests have said, fuck you, bitch, to people's faces. For me, I was venting in the backyard where, no one was around to hear for me to vent too. I'm venting to myself, just like if I'm at home, and even when I had conversations with Alza about things too, that was my way of venting also. But everyone's not perfect. Tiffany owned up to her things that she did where she was like, hey, I could see why you felt some type of way. And we talked about those things and worked those things out.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where I made sure to apologize because it was wrong. But also I don't think people get that that place when you're in that type of environment, in that pressure cooker, you're going to feel the way you feel. When you get angry, you're going to be angry. When you get happy, you're happy. So it's definitely one of those things where I wish I could put some people in my shoes and see how it was. Because like I said, me having a tit for tat for Tiffany was because how Tiffany was, how I was. It is what it is. It was fair play. But of course, I wish that when I was venting, I should have just like changed up the words and like vented a different way. But like I said, no matter what, because I was not everyone's favorites, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to be judged for every little thing that I do. And all I could do is be myself and stick up for it. I still made sure to say, hey, wrong for me to use the B word in that way. Am I going to now understand how to use it in a way when I'm on these on these public platforms? Absolutely. But I'm still going to be me. I still will, if somebody wants to, what's up? What you about? We at it. I'm never going to change that.
And honestly, Big D, there's a lot of worse things I've seen on Big Brother. A lot worse things.
Oh, of course.
We have seen full-blown racism on the show for multiple seasons.
Yeah.
And you guys are the season that changed that. So, like, I do feel like sometimes Twitter can be rough. I want to watch this. You see you go to head-to-head against Lays. I have mad respect to you for doing that. I will call. I watched it. I was like, I feel bad because
I don't think here's the crazy part. When people are like, "Oh my God, you got chewed or you got roasted or whatever," I think people also forget that I'm gonna say it. Yeah. I'm that girl. Like, who are you and who am I? Look at you and then look at me. Look at your girl and then look at me.
Oh, that girl's.
Look at you, don't have no verification and look at me.
Don't be mad because I'm doing me better than you doing you. Okay?
So it's like, what am I missing? I think people sometimes forget that I'm not going to sit there and argue with every single fucking fan.
You're like,
I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to do a broad announcement. move on. I might shoot your ass with a little meme or something like that. And my roommates are very good with social media, so they'll always send me stuff or help me out with things. But other than that, what am I arguing? What am I arguing? I need to argue with someone who got a blue check so it can get my storyline. What is Lays and the rest of y'all gonna do? Nothing. But I do. But the crazy part is that people, they eat like, and I get it, fans like to eat off of that. But it's like, baby, you got upset at the wrong person. I ain't even do nothing. I'm in here just trying to help everyone else out. And it was sad because everybody wants people to come on their platforms. They want people to talk. You want the reality stars to come and do y'all spaces. But if y'all are not being professional or hosting it correctly, why would they ever want to come and do it? And now guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be tweeting your ass away while guess what? They ain't reading it. So instead of, maybe you should hold yourself a little bit differently. I'm not telling you how to speak. I'm not telling you how to feel. I'm saying there's a way to go about it because people had conversations with me and I was able to listen. There's people that all try to jump on 20 people, all these things happening. Baby, I'm not listening to that shit. I'll be like, yeah, I'm out. What's the use?
Okay, yeah, because I've listened to her before. I have and I have respect for these things. I go and I just listen. Maybe I'll chime in and say, hey, you guys kick ass. But I went in and I saw that you were there with her, and I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for him right now because that girl knows how she goes right for the jugular.
And I don't know her. I don't know any of these people. Yeah. Just like I don't know you guys. I mean, you guys for the first time, but I don't know anybody. So for me, I'm never gonna sit there and eat you up because if I wanted to eat people, I'm a big bitch. I know how to eat.
Me too, bitch.
So it's like I don't need to do that. I could just sit there and you're obviously something's going on, but also you're taking my approach that's coming off genuine as negative, where there was nothing negative. I waited my turn. I didn't say anything. I was just trying to figure out what's going on because as an alum, I know these BB alums don't know what they're getting themselves into. Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm just trying to come in because the host is not doing what the host job is supposed to be. There's 15 people talking at the same time. There's all these things happening, and then you feel overwhelming. You're like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit in this space and not try to help. So I was just trying to help, if that makes sense. And it's sad that some of the fans are like that. And I did have a conversation with that person, and we were able to talk it out. I think, it wasn't, and I think because there were so many things happening that they didn't listen and see where I was coming from. I'm like, hey, I got your back. Yes, this person, yes, Turner needs to be held accountable. They all need to be held accountable for whatever they did. I understand what you're saying. I'm also hearing what he's saying. Give him a chance to speak and give him a chance to say what he has to say so then we can have an adult conversation.
Can I ask a question? So you're talking about somebody Lays?
I'm not giving nobody no name.
No.
Absolutely not. I refuse.
No. Big
one of the Twitter fans.
Okay. I thought y'all was talking about Lays.
No.
I was like,
no.
This is the Twitter person.
We're popping off and whatever, and it is what it is. But then there was another fan that told me that I was a fat, and I was a nigga, you fat, and fuck you, and all this type of shit. Yeah, went off.
Hell no.
That's the one that I got 8 on. I didn't really get 8 on that one.
Yeah, sorry, but fuck that shit. I'm sorry. As another plus size gay male, fuck that shit. Why? What's the point? No. What's the point to personally attack people? That is just, do they have lives to say that kind of shit? Whatever.
It is what it is. But that's why I say for us, it is interesting because it's I'm never going to sit there and argue with, I hardly give people that have blue checks time. So I'm definitely not going to give anybody a platform or time because I've worked my ass off to get here. It wasn't easy for me.
Hey, nothing's wrong with no blue checks. I don't have a blue
Yes,
check, and I'm living.
but what
I'm
I
living
mean-
wonderfully, baby.
Absolutely. And listen, I give you that credit. But what I mean is, like I said, when it comes to these haters and people that want to argue, I'm not giving them the time because I worked my ass off to get to where I was. It wasn't easy. It wasn't just like, oh, here you go, you're on Big Brother. No, you had to jump through hoops and hurdles, and you had to go through some psychological shit to get there, and then live it out for 3.5 months, and then continue doing it. And look, still doing it to this day. It's a part of your life, and I'm okay with that because that's what I signed up for. But I worked my ass off to get here, so I'm definitely not going to give any haters or people that want to sit there and argue with Big D or talk shit a platform. I'm definitely not going to do that. Now I might give you a little tweet here and there when I'm feeling a little bit like I'm a little petty, but other than that, I really don't. I really don't. And there's nothing wrong. And let me just clear: there's nothing wrong with people that don't have blue checks. Without you guys, we would not be having the blue checks without any of you guys. So let me make sure I make that clear, because the last thing I need is them saying Big D said he hates everybody.
No, Big D, Big D. Yo, Big D, believe it or not, I got your back, and that's why I asked that question. That's why I said what I
said. And I appreciate that, especially, as being another Black queer man, I appreciate that, because, it's really hard out here. It's not easy, and there's a lot of things we have to carry. But I do want to get back to this season, okay? What questions do you guys have?
Okay, let's do it. Let's talk about it. V, you start with this.
Let's get into it. Okay. So, hi, by the way.
Hi, V.
I got to admit, because I've told everybody else that I've spoken with on your season, you're my first season that I watched, so I'm blessed to have watched only the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, okay, icons having the number 23. We got Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and then BB23 going on. So, thank you for carrying on. Anyways, so 24 was honestly a good runner-up. I'm not mad about it. I'm about to be on next season, fingers crossed. But anyways, we'll get to that. So I will say, like, I know you're a fan of drama. I bond with you on that one because I live for the chaos. I'm all about that shit.
Without me, would there be any drama? I mean,
come on, stir in the pot.
Because if it wasn't from, think about it. The storage room. I cast.
That was the only drama we got.
But I also cast the vote.
We gotta talk about this, though.
You did cast to e-vote, so it's fine. It's all good. We love you for that.
Can I just butt in? I'm sorry, I have to ask this. I'm just too much. Whatever. Was this a vote thing on purpose, or was it like, did you really not know how to cast the vote?
No. So at first, I thought I would, because you get so nervous. There's so much things happening. I didn't even know I was putting the two words together. So I came out one day and I said it and heard it, and then I was like, I could use this to my future for my speech and say I really didn't get rid of nobody, but I forgot about it because it was so many.
And trademark the bitch, like
and trademark it.
Speaking of Lay's, Taylor went in with Lay's and she was brilliant with that.
No, for sure. That worked out. I had to do my own thing. I had to do Clack fans, but I ain't have nobody.
You did get the Clack fans,
which I'm okay with. I loved it. It was really, really fun. I still got 4 left. I need to get rid of them, but it was really, really fun. But yes, please go, V. Please go to your question. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, so I was gonna say, so I love to stir the pot. I think, obviously you got to stir the pot to eat it up, right? So, anyways, we had tons of drama. I'm gonna ask a 2-parter. First off, the drama alone is like pre-jury. So, like, who is your favorite worst person in pre-jury? But also, like, what was your favorite big bit of drama throughout this whole new season anyway?
Okay. So my favorite drama was probably just anytime Turner and Jasmine were going at it. Because, I had my beef with, Jasmine, because, I got a list of people that just talk shit. So I'm waiting, which Jasmine did reach out on September 28th. I just saw her message. She did text me, give me her number. She followed me and she wanted to talk. So I got to find time to talk to her and whatnot. I'm going to let her know, hey, you dragged me. I dragged you harder. We got to have a conversation and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, she's a mother, is she a mom?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. She's a wife.
She got mom energy though.
Yes, so she's a wife, and she is from the South, and my whole family's from the South. So I'm hoping we can have a conversation. I just want to see where she's coming from, and maybe now that she's done the experience, that's what I'm trying to say to all of them. Now that they have done the experience, maybe now they understand why.
Right.
There's things I understand about people's game now that I've done the experience. Because I talk shit about Josh. I talk shit. I did one time. I talked shit. I talked shit about Jose, which I just talked to him and told him why I was talking shit, and which he understood why I was talking shit. And then I think I said one thing about Paulie, but that was it. I wasn't sitting there dragging people the whole season where they were like dragging me. I was ready for Julie to put me in the a box and pop out like Shangela at this damn point. I was like, y'all might want to stop me on the live so much. I just need a check at this point.
Hallelujah. All right.
So I will say I did like the Jasmine and Turner drama. I don't know. not Jasmine Big D Simple Life reboot. Oh my god.
I'm here for it.
Yo, y'all know what's the gag kind of, and this is no shade to that woman because I'm learning how since I'm speaking to you guys in person now, she was clowning you on the feeds, but she was the you. No. Not like that. I'm talking about in terms of like people were like, how on Twitter.
She was the social one.
No, of course she was the social one.
People on Twitter treated her like people on Twitter treated her like they treated you.
But can I say one thing? I think there's a difference. She was getting on people's nerves in the house.
Hell yeah. Correct.
That is
no. I'm only speaking on like the bigger picture of like how people. Because for me, Jasmine was the clown of BB24.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So,
there's different circumstances.
I think I have to share both of these because I was more entertained with Turner. Jasmine was just. I don't know, like
we love to hate her.
We love turkey legs in the air fryer.
Her, and it was just the whole lie. Y'all know down here that I am just so excited to be here.
That's how she talks, and Taylor.
And then she went in the jury house, and then it was completely different. And it was like, okay, girl, you let your hair down. All right.
No, I don't know. I think there's a difference, but I will say the Jasmine and Turner fiasco. And then what was your other question?
And then who was your favorite, like, of the worst pre-jury of all time?
Of this season.
Of this season, obviously, yeah. But it is the worst pre-jury.
I will say Joseph was my favorite.
Oh, yeah, no, but no. He was jury. I'm talking about, like, out of the 4 people. Or wait, yeah.
Girl.
Out of the 5. No, we're going to say the 5 will include the girl who left 1 week into the show. We'll include her because
I will say this: those 4 didn't really. They ain't really. They ain't really. I'm gonna have to say this: I don't like any. I don't. Here's the thing: I haven't got a chance to talk to Nicole, but I did tell Nicole when she's ready. Let's talk. I did talk to Amira. And God bless her. Daniel. No, not
wait. How
was the tea now?
Are you willing to share how the talk was with you and Amira?
Yeah.
No, I do want to respect her privacy. I'll tell you what I told each house guest. I told them, all right, guys. So, like I said, I understand what it's like, especially me dealing with some hate. Now, y'all gonna have to either own up to what y'all did and figure it out. But first, y'all need to figure it out with each other. Okay. That's only if you guys care. You guys don't really owe each other shit. Mm-hmm. But like my cast, we actually cared about each other. So we all had conversations and worked it out. Now we're at the point like a year later where we're all like civil. Okay. But I said, you got to have conversations. I talked to her and Kyle, told them the same thing. I said, y'all got an ass whooping coming, so just be prepared for it.
Is this Frenchie saying hi?
I don't know what that is. If he has
It
a
says-
YouTube, then probably so.
Hi,
Probably
Frenchie.
so.
Hi, Frenchie.
Hi, Frenchie. I said y'all gotta ask what we're coming, so y'all gotta be ready for it. Just know that. Okay. It is him.
It's
Just know,
Frenchie.
Yes,
just
it's
be
Frenchie.
prepared.
Wait, the real Frenchie?
Yes, it's Frenchie.
Wait, Frenchie, you want to come on? I'm just.
Oh no, girl, because we'll be here all night. Y'all gonna have to get him another night.
No, look, I got all night. I'm good.
We're good. If you want to, if I'll bring it up to you, Big. Did you want me to give Frenchie the link?
No, and he knows that because I can't be here all night.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
I have so much more to do, but
Yo, Frenchie, since you watching,
but
if you
have
want to come
Frenchie
on
on y'all
Gospel to the
show.
Queens, come through.
Yes,
send
please
us-
have Frenchie on y'all show. Please do.
Frenchie, tweet me, send me a message on this Twitter, and then we'll schedule with you. We'd love to have you on as well.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm so sorry. What was I saying?
Okay, so we were talking about the best of the pre.
Oh, my conversation. Yes. And I'm gonna get back to that. So yes, I told him all the same thing. You gotta ask what coming. Y'all need to be prepared. Y'all need to either figure out if you want to own up to the things that you guys did, figure it out. The best advice I could give for you, what I did was I took the time to watch my season back, look at all my bookmarks that my roommates did for me. I even sat down with my roommates to see where did things go wrong or things I didn't see. Looked at all the bookmarks, looked at all the nasty tweets, the good tweets, the bad messages, everything. Rewatched my season. And I sat there and I said to myself, I'm that bitch. And I said, if you guys watch your season back and you're okay with what you saw, then you gotta like actually like stand up for yourself and also apologize for things that you feel like you want to apologize for, but no one's gonna tell you what to apologize for. Okay. I guess I'll pick out of all of them. I mean, if you think about it, there would be no type of season if it wasn't for Paloma.
It's true. She set the season.
Yes.
She literally set the season. She from day one. That girl shouldn't have been cast, but at the same time, maybe she should have been.
Because what if Taylor didn't win? Like she would have gone home the first week. It would have been a completely different game.
True. That is true. Okay. What's your next question? I'm so sorry because I do have other things I have to do tonight. So please don't kill me, guys.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Go ahead, Frank.
Frank, you go.
No, so what's I don't know. This caught me off guard. So I mean, I'm curious of the like postseason stuff. Like how was like your relationship with like
my season or this season?
Your season, like post.
How are you guys getting along? Who are you getting
how are you and how you and DX doing?
Okay, so me and DX finally had our conversation when we went to LA. It went really, really well. He owned up to what I, was telling him what caused me to not like him. Which was the birthday fiasco. When I saw him in person, and we talked about those things privately. And we had those conversations, and I'm glad we did. I'm very, very glad we did. So we were able to work everything out. And DX, I don't know what it was, but he didn't feel like the same DX. Because when DX first came out, I felt like he thought he was too good for everybody. And, he wasn't going to things. He was not communicating. He was, living the glory and stuff like that. And I think because
wait, do you think that's him feeling like he's too good for everybody, or he like
at the time you Frank, you have to understand, at the time we were all communicative. DX was not like him and Claire kind of just like
because they had their amazing race. So I'm like are any of those factors? I'm only asking questions that I'm not
talking right. Let me say this. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about when we first got out the house.
Yeah, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. When I first got out the house, it felt like that way. And a lot of us felt that way because of the fact that he was kind of just like, when we got out the house, we were sharing the glory. We made sure to have the conversations with the rest of the picnic, everything. We were sitting there like, sharing the glory. We're all doing things. We're all communicative, and it kind of felt like DX was kind of just like off on his own, and like it kind of felt like he was like too good to go to things. Like that's what it felt like because
I think can I play like not devil's advocate,
no,
but
please do.
I feel like it's like if I'm DX and first of all, I'm not a stand for nobody but myself and my third eye. So I'm not standing him. If I was DX, and knowing that I was a part of this legendary season, I gained a good rapport, family bond with y'all, and every time we go out, like together, it was going to be like, oh, cookout. Is that something that might like you think that he like maybe like thought about? Where he's like,
so
let
me give. I don't want to, like I said, I try my best to keep people's confidential, as much as possible. It's not that we understand that and we always acknowledge that. But when we went out, people were not just excited just to see the cookout. They were also excited to see everyone else in BB23 because of the fact that it was such a great season. If you think about it, I feel like we have probably the best women of all time as competitors on our season.
All 8.
Right. So for me, it's one of those things where it wasn't like, oh my God, when this go out was just the cookout hype. That's not what I'm getting at. Like, for example, I can't use that example because that's a little too deep. So let me try to use something else. What I'm saying is that it just felt like it just wasn't really like, for example, if I get out the house, can you imagine if I just decided to cut everybody off and decide not to go to events? And you don't have to go to every event, but as social media wise, as
hell the fuck yeah. If I'm in a Big Brother house for 70 goddamn days, I don't want to talk to none of y'all. I need to regroup. There's no shade. That's why I'm not on Big Brother. Like, I don't want to fuck with y'all. I will talk to y'all in a month or two.
And guess what? Some people did that. AKA Whitney did that. Some people do that. But I think because there's people that we have relationships and it kind of didn't feel that way. That's how I felt. I'm not talking about, like, I can't talk for everybody else. That's how I felt. DX talked shit about me. When I came out the house, I was expecting for us to, like, be able to talk. It didn't feel that way. It felt like, man. And we talked about those things and we were able to have a conversation. And he, like I said, we both were able to. I'm not gonna go too much in depth because it was actually a conversation I want to keep to ourselves because it was good. I was just happy to see that he wasn't the person I felt like he was in the past. And when I explained that to him, he said, I can see why. And I list out the things that happen and the scenarios to back that statement up. I just can't share it on here because I just don't want to put every business out there. Okay. But I will say postseason.
I don't say no. I hope he didn't see like the popularity thing and do that shit because that happens as well.
Some people are new. Like, you understand, we went from being just regular, just hey, we're just people in the world, into now getting this public figure, reality star fandom that we never thought would come with it.
You know what? Big D, the one thing about your season, like, there were a lot of hot men in your season. I don't know how you did it. There were some beautiful men. That Kylan in person, me and V met him in person. Lord have mercy, he's a beautiful man. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. TV does not do him justice. When you see that fine man in person, and I said this to him to his face when we had him on. He is beautiful. Like, I don't know how I would get through it. Like, he was hot, X was hot, Bryant was hot, Christian hot, like all the guys, all these hot men. How did you do that? Because I don't know how I could have done that.
Can I be honest?
Yes, please.
Kylan was a snack. Okay, I didn't even. Can I be honest? I didn't even know his name for the first meal.
No, that's look. That's Big D's opinion.
I didn't even know. The crazy part is I didn't even know who. Like, I didn't even know his name for the first 2 weeks. I didn't even recognize him until after the first 2 weeks. But this whole entire cast, I think, because I think the whole entire cast was it was such an attractive cast in general. But I think because I was so focused on this game that I didn't even really start looking at the men until probably week 3, week 4 and stuff. And I always told them they were good looking, but they were just there for looks. I was just trying to figure out how I could use these men to my advantage to get to the end. And also, when you go into this house, you're so into like a game mode where you're like,
you didn't think about that shit.
I can't think about that shit because let me tell you why. First of all, I can't think about that shit because there's no area for me to jerk the fuck off at. So where the hell am I? I need to focus. I need to focus on this game. I need to be in full boxer mode where I don't touch myself. There's nothing. I don't need to think anything. I need to go to sleep at night, not have those type of dreams. But trust me, Kylan was great because he was the only thing close enough for me to have that physical touch and attraction, which was nice. So other than that, I just didn't have time. Hey, there's $500,000 on the line. I'm sorry, $250,000 on the line. I need to
and apparently the only like if that was the case, the only person that could do that is Frenchie. That so
Frenchie was my heart. I think because Frenchie had that whole like military, I feel like Frenchie was like he had the more manlier style than all the men. So I was very more attracted to that word, which is okay. I think all the men were men, but they were more into like their looks and make sure they look good. Frenchie was like, I get down and dirty.
You know what, Derek?
And no shade. Frenchie do got swag. Like he has swag.
I will agree with you. And wait, can I say this? I have met a few guys off bigger city that look like Frenchie, so I'm here for it. Frenchie, you're a hottie too. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Amen. Drop the owl bug.
Where X, when I looked at X, I felt like I was looking at myself, just a little bit of skinnier version. So I was like, you just like you're like my brother. I can't look at you that way.
So Derek, do you go to the gay black bars in Philly?
Yeah, so I just recently, because baby, True Tea, they opened this bar. It's called Level Up, okay? And it's like literally a black gay bar. And I was so excited to go there. And the one time I went there, I don't know why people like to do this. I don't believe in covers, okay? No, I don't know why we're doing this, and especially in our gay, we have a thing called the Gayborhood in Philly. So I'm like, why are we like doing these crazy covers? I hate going places that cover. Like I'm gonna pay for I'm gonna buy all the drinks here. Why am I paying a cover? So we went up to the door, and I was excited because I was like, I really want to go. Like me and my friends were talking about this for a while. Like my one friend, one of my close friends, Bryce from Survivor, my other friend, Adam, my other friend, Scott, we were talking about this for a while. So it's like 2 white men, one and 2 black men. So we're like excited to go. We went up to the door and they were like, yeah, so that's going to be $40. $40 for what?
Excuse me? What is this, Las Vegas straight bars? Like
$40 for what? What am I paying? Hold on. What am I paying for? I've been in this bar before. It used to be Joe's. It used to be Boxers. So I've been in this bar before.
Boxers, yeah. You've been to Boxers in New York?
Yes, which is in New York, but they used to have one in Philly, which was trash, and they shut down. And then a black owner bought the club and made it a gay black bar, which I love. But I was like, $40 for what? They were like, $40 to get in. I was like, no, I ain't paying no $40 because let me tell you something. Going to fucking Woody's, I already got to pay $20 to get in, and I'm like going there anymore. So I just like go to the bars that are small, and it sucks because the bars that I like are so small, and all the gay men are trying to pack themselves in these small bars because they know all the straights are going to the Woody's bar. So we kind of got kicked out of our big bar, and now we're all crammed into these little bars. But yeah, I do go to the gay bar, but
no, I only ask because I know you got to leave at 9:40.
I'm so sorry, and please forgive me.
Yeah, but I live in New York City.
I'll come back.
No. Yeah,
we want to have you back because we're gonna be covered. Do you watch Potomac?
Oh, baby.
Okay, we're covering Potomac every Monday. So, like, we have Chata coming on this Monday, but, like, let's do it.
Yeah, because I watch everything. Potomac, Salt Lake City,
Drag
Atlanta.
Race.
Yes.
Drag
You
Race.
watch Drag Race too, so we're about to.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you're just join us whenever. Okay?
I'm a super Drag Race fan. Don't get me started with that.
Come chat with me on Drag Race. Do it.
Wait, Frank.
V watches Drag Race like down. Like
boots the house down.
Or your makeup says otherwise. Now, who said that, V? Who said that?
Oh, don't play it. Hold on. I know this one. Your makeup. Oh, that's Raven.
No, actually, it was Evie Oddly.
Ooh,
that's my girl. Damn, I fucked that one up.
Evie Oddly can get it. I'm just saying that.
Evie Oddly absolutely get it.
Anyway.
Well, Frank, I'm so sorry. Finish what you were saying because you said there was a reason why you asked me that question.
Yeah. I live in New York. I have a show called Clubhead, and it's a docuseries. It's streaming right now, and it's about a lot of the LGBT, like they're popular in the gay black scene. So like I'm affiliated. Like I'm pretty well known in like the gay black scene, in that realm. So I was just like, I'm good with the promoters. Like, let's talk. Like.
Yeah, let's come. And what I really wanted to do, which sucks, and I feel like, and I want to make sure, I want to say this because I feel like I'm not doing a lot of justice for our community. Like I thought I was going to do a little bit more hosting things where I can bring more. Like I hate that. Like we have these prides, we have these outfests, we also have Black Gay Month. There's things that I'm not a part of, and I sometimes feel like. What's going on? Like, I don't know who to reach out to or do because I would like to go and host and bring fans to come because I love entertaining, but it's like I can't find nobody to do it. And a lot of people are like, oh, they're not doing it like how they used to and stuff like that. And I don't think, like I said, people want to get paid and stuff like that, but I don't think I'm someone who's like going to ask you for a fucking $1 million and shit. Like, hey, maybe you could tell me. Free drinks as long as you get people here. Sure, and
honestly, and I did actually promote for some of those as well, and that's a promoter's dream. Like come through. Like we don't have a rapport yet, but you know what I'm saying. Like I see what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, and I'm just like, well,
It's crazy to me, and that's what me and Bryce were talking about a couple months ago when we were getting to. When we were getting to Pride and we were getting to gay Black Pride, I was like, why are we not hosting? Like, I would love to go somewhere, get a mic, have me on a flyer, promote the Big D's going to be here, have people come out to the club. That's
because in our culture. That's because in our culture, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's because in that culture in the gay world, Big Brother is not a topic. Big Brother,
it's true.
Yeah,
and I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem because. If, for example, I understand and I get it because I'm I'm a Drag Race fan. So I'm like, you got your drag queens. Yeah. You'll pick people from the challenge, MTV the challenge, because I've seen them host shit plenty of times. I went to fucking Pittsburgh for basketball, man, and next thing you know, Fessy and Josh were like, hey, we're hosting this party at this place, and I'm like, who picked y'all to host? Like, who picked y'all to host these things?
I mean, but that's marketing for them, and that's how they.
And I respect it, and that's what I said. Yeah. I don't know the right. I feel like no one I don't know the right people to do that. So yeah.
So I mean, we're talking now because I'm not a nobody.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're talking for a reason. Like,
and then you gonna slide into my DM and you let me know when there's an event or something you want me to come to. Like for example, I think I have to go to New York. Well, just so you guys know, I think we're all going to New York. A lot of us are going to New York for Christian's song release party next Saturday. So we're also going to be going to that. Frenchie will be there. There's going to be a bunch of us there and stuff like that. I know Frenchie's going to be mad because he's going to be like, why are you not staying up here for the weekend? But I'm like, motherfucker, I'm right in Philly, so I could drive there and bring my ass right back home. So, V, your mood is my mood right now. I love how comfortable you look.
V is the best barber in Detroit.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to come out to that, Frank, since you're in New York, please. We'll probably all be promoting it next week. but just let me know. Like, I'm always like, for me, if somebody tell me I'm gonna get you a table and drinks, you just show up, here's the mic, entertain, get the people going, bring the people, I would do that with no problem. I don't know why. That's why I say I'm confused why Philly did not.
My thing is like, I don't have to do that, but if that's something that we can discuss later, then if you want that to happen,
No, whatever you want. Listen, I'm at your whatever you want. I'm here for your pleasure.
Ooh.
And I'm here to, if something clicks in my head and I'm like, oh, this might help him out, and this because you said I want to reach out to the community a little bit more, right?
But I want to give, but I love giving back. So for me, I feel like, especially as gay Black men and the gay culture in general, or lesbians, are transgender, are bi, are gay, everyone that's a part of it. I feel like I feel like there's not I'm not saying I got to be a spokesperson, because everyone's a spokesperson. I just feel like I wanted to, and like you said, Big Brother's not a big thing in the gay community, because, like, for me, I wanted to be able to be more a part of the parties and the float and the organizations and the charities and whatnot that can help and give back, that I feel like I kind of missed out on. So, it was just, we'll definitely talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
I will say, let me get back to V and what we're here for. BB24.
No, we're here for you. I'm sorry, this is Couch Potato Queens, and this no shade. I fucks with you. I fucks with everybody coming on our show. Like, what we're here for is we're here to talk. Like, if we network while people are watching, we network. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
We're here to talk. Like, you're our guest. This is what we're here to talk about. And if I segue, these segues, just segues, it doesn't matter. You're our guest.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. I will say, postseason was very difficult. We had to all have conversations. It was tough. I think everyone kind of gets along. There's only one person who I don't care for.
I know who it is.
Right.
You don't. You said there's one person you don't care for.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know too.
Right. And that's okay. And that's okay. Like, there's never gonna be if we're in the same room, you don't gotta worry about me saying nothing. I don't gotta worry about them saying nothing to me. Like, we here to do business or whatever, and that's fine. Like, I don't really care for it. Everybody else, we all talk a lot. Even the people outside the cookout. Of course, the cookout as itself, we talk a lot, but we're like family. We fight, we argue, we do everything. We kiss, we make up, whatever. That's how it is. I really want to say, like, Brittany is a part of the cookout. Brittany is like literally a part of the cookout, and
we love her. We have her team. We love
I wish people learn more from Brittany. I wish.
And Big D, can I cut in really quick? I want to thank you for having her back throughout that season. You and Azza had that girl's back when people just kept putting her on the block and putting her on the block. And putting her on the block. And I felt terrible for her. And she's such a sweetheart, and she's just such a nice presence. And I'm happy that you saw that right from the beginning. You and
the whole part is that I'm not good with bullying. I'm not really good with bullying, and it felt like it was, not saying it was turning into bullying because everybody's playing the game, but it felt like they were getting pick, and I didn't like it. it.
And Joseph, I see you. Thank you.
Standing Brittany and Frank.
No, I'm talking about Joseph. Frank speaks the truth.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, all right.
We see the vibes.
Absolutely. Now I'm gonna have to go back and go look at Frank's tweets and see what he said.
Oh, baby, they go deep. But wait. Yo, Adam, because I know you're gonna do that. I predicted it. I was like, he gonna do that. I told my friend, I was like, he gonna do that. But Adam was running your Twitter, right?
Yes, Adam and my roommate Lauren. Yep, both of them were. They were both running my Twitter. Yep. They were good.
No. I was one of your first, because I pay attention. I was one of your first likes and retweets when the season came out. Like I fucked with you heavy, and then I saw how the season was going, and I did say the D word, delusional, in terms of like strategy. But the only reason why I said that was because you didn't understand the strategy that was going on behind your back between like Tiffany and Claire, and because they didn't really tell you everything.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I think because that's what I'm saying. People, that's why I don't talk about it's hard to talk about people's games because I had a strategy going with X and other people and me and Asa and whatnot, where I didn't know the strategy that they were doing. So only thing that's presented to me is what is presented to me. That's why when they were sitting there saying Big D ain't got no game, they're only presented what they think they know. Right. They don't know everything. That's why I say it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for
I don't think a lot of people know that, Big D.
Right, yeah.
I don't think a lot of people know that. Like I don't.
But that's why I said, you know what, and that's why I'm very thankful that people like you guys and other podcasters and people that watch the show and are fans and actually sit down and took the time to like analyze everything. Mm-hmm. You can see the type of game I was playing, and then also asking me those questions and me speaking on those things. You know, like I said, I'm not promoting nobody else's shit because I'm on y'all podcast.
Well, actually,
there was
Busy Blue is part of our family of podcasts as well.
Yes.
So he's a friend of ours.
Right. He's another one that me and him talk. He was very good at making sure he recognized my game. You know, there was another podcast group of men that were gay men, which I don't want to say the name because I'm on y'all's, but they also
Reality Kingdom.
Yes.
We love
them.
They're also our friends too. We've gone on with them.
Yes.
We love them.
Those are boys.
And here's the thing. We are all about like all different pods. Like we totally support Reality Kingdom. We love them. They have been.
We was on their show.
We were on their show. Where they're coming on ours soon too. Like them. Jess Milagros. We love her.
Yes.
Her podcast.
Yes.
She's our girl. Like
so the boys. So the boys. I will say this. They really were able to, and I love their video. Broke down everything I did, and then that's what made me go, okay, I'm not fucking delusional. This is where it's at, where people were not paying attention because I can understand they were high rate upset because of Tiffany and
yes, exactly.
And that's what sucked because when I came out and I'm watching it, I watched it, literally came home. My roommate looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm watching my fucking season. I got to see what y'all saw." Because I already sat there for 48 hours going through social media stuff and bookmarks and tweets. I need to actually see it. When I saw it, I was like, you know, I'm that girl. I don't know what the fuck everybody else talking about. But also I could say when I was watching it, how things were edited, I was like, well, that makes sense why they didn't see that. Because the thing about it was that what added to me being upset with Tiffany was because I could not meet Tiffany on that level because of the other 5 individuals that were in the cookout. Excuse me, 4 individuals. So it was me and her arguing. So I couldn't go there and be that Philly John and been like, well, let me tell you to fuck something. Like I could not go there because of the fact that I was thinking about the other 4 individuals. So all I'm thinking in my head is that I'd rather let Tiffany act a fool and yell and scream or whatever so that people can hear it. And then I could play that up to be like, me and her don't get along. That also added to our covering of the cookout. So it worked out and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So it, you know, like I said, it was just, there were so many things that, you know, I had to explain because people missed and didn't understand and whatnot. And of course, like, you know, people didn't want to give me credit for the cookout because, you know, when it came time to do the look back and I'm like, the producer, I'm like, hey, are you going to put that I started the cookout? And he was like, all right, we got to look for that footage. And I was like, y'all got to look for that footage. That's my game right there.
I remember that happened. It was in the kitchen, right? In the kitchen is when you guys.
The first time.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't in the kitchen, baby. This was the first time I watched the fucking live feeds from top to bottom. I look. Your season. I've been watching Big Brother since season 1. This was the first time I watched the feeds and I watched my people play. I saw everything that know. I was like I can relate to.
It was you.
You started the cookout. you did start to cook out because you planted that seed.
Yeah.
Yes. So what? Right. So what
You gotta
happened
stick
was
together, like,
I had the first conversation actually with Tiffany, and it was
And
when she was unpacking her stuff
in that room, right?
No, in the open room. In the open room.
Okay.
And then I made my way from her to Xavier to Ozza and then Kyla. And then Hannah, I talked to Hannah later.
yeah.
So it was just like I was upset because when it came time for me to when they do a flashback, they ain't have nothing for me. And I was like, this. Y'all ain't got the footage. What do y'all want me to do now? Y'all ain't got the footage. So it was very, very hard, you know. And when you're going through, and I want to kind of wrap this up. When you're going through, and I'm going to come back. I promise you guys, I'm going to come back.
We
But
will
when
bring
you're
you back.
Going through, when it was time for me to do my speech, I had a couple speeches. One, I should have went with the one where I said, "Are you guys going to give this fucking lawyer some money when he already got money?" Because I was going to say that because I knew he was a lawyer. I felt like he was a lawyer. So I kept calling that. But I wish that I would have took the time because I felt like I was going to be rushed. I wish I would have took the time to actually just analyze every little thing. But I think I was so thrown off with the jury questions that kind of made me feel like, the fuck y'all.
I mean,
Y'all-
I think you was thrown off. I think you was thrown off in the game too. And this is never shade. It's just like observing. You value the cookout. You was like, oh, we going to fucking final 6 no matter what. So I'm gonna have fun and I'm gonna get to know people, and that's a testament to your social game.
Yeah, the
Where
whole
it's
time.
like-
Yeah, until we got to the
But
6,
the editing-
I already set myself
But
up
the
for the
editing showed that you were oblivious. And,
correct. And that's where when we all talked as a group, that's when Hannah, the smartest one out of all of us, was like, ding ding, hold on. Big D had the best ties to everybody. Big D was going to be at the end no matter what, however he was going to do it. So it was like, it was one of those things where they did not, because how editing is on TV. So I was not edited to be the strategist. I was not edited to be the athlete. I was edited to be the social entertainer and whatnot. So it sucked because I'm glad it showed the entertainment and the fun side of me because people were able to see me, but they didn't get a chance to see the whole. I was a conniving bitch. I was making sure to get these girls whenever I can get them. So we'll definitely have to continue this. I'm so sorry.
I want to, but honestly, like in the future, I don't even want to talk. Like, I want to talk with you about like Potomac. I want to talk to you about
invite me
our
back.
lives. Like, I want to talk.
Big D,
I want to talk about
I
Billy.
would love for you to just come on a podcast and we just talk about niggas. What's up?
That's what we want to.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely. We could do. No, we definitely could do that, and we should do this like on like a. I don't know. Do y'all ever do it on a Sunday? Like we should do this like on a Sunday or something.
Yeah, we could do it whenever. We'll go with your schedule. I don't give a.
Yeah, because I got work and I have so much. So please forgive me. I'm so sorry, but I will be back. I promise.
Lady, she's in sales too. Okay, I know how it works. All right.
Girl, okay. I'm worn out. Put it like that. So I just want to give love, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Okay. Couch Potato Queen. I love it. I love it. I love it. Subscribe, like it. I love y'all vibe. I will be back. Continue the conversation.
Yes, Big D. Where can everyone find you on social media if they don't already know?
The Derek Frazier.
Love that.
That's it. There's only one girl. I don't care about any of the rest of them. I don't know who they are. Okay, but I'm gonna come back for it. We're gonna talk. But when I come to New York, let me know.
Maybe we'll come visit you in Philly. We'll have a night out.
God, please.
I'm gonna slide in the DM. And honestly, if you do your research and shit I said, look at the positive versus the negative because I had to awaken to what you're going through as well. You feel me?
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah. I know we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. All right, G. It was so guys. See you, Josh, Frank. So good to see you guys.
Thank you for coming on tonight.
Bye, guys.
We're gonna keep going though. So
please do, and I will be back.
Yes.
Come on.
Love you, Big D.
I love you guys.
All right. Well, that was amazing. Big D
was awesome
with us. We're gonna keep going though. Like there's still posts.
I mean, we're chilling. You feel me? So now that we're talking to everyone, look at V's face.
Yeah, so I'm gonna announce this now. Potomac, me and Frank are gonna be on doing Potomac. Hannah Chata is gonna be back with us and is gonna be talking Potomac with us on Monday night. So Potomac's on Sunday. We're gonna go on Monday. We're gonna announce timing tomorrow, but we'll have a special guest with us. Go ahead.
That part. So yeah, so I love y'all know I fuck with all of y'all. I'm about to fucking like Atharella, I love you. Dawn, I love you. Molly, all Joseph, y'all are becoming a part of our family, and the family is it's a little different than what it used to be, but we respect that you guys are still holding it down for us, and we got the fucking cookout. Like, we just got to get Xavier.
We just got to get X. We have had 5 out of 6 cookout members on our podcast.
That is a gay black man's, like, Big Brother fan dream.
I had fun with that.
I want to have my moment. I'll have my moment. And honestly, this pod is so fucking awesome.
Listen, I like to say, and you know what? So I'm just going to be a little big head like I always am sometimes. But Sappy Panda, you're so right. But here's the thing. I feel like I'm a good luck charm. I say this to some of my clients when they're getting like good luck haircuts or they have something big coming up and they're like, I'm just feeling really whatever. I'm like, guess what? My haircuts are full of magic. There's something going on. I don't know what the hell it is. So I don't know if it was just like, I happened to be watching and it happened to go like the right way. But like I said, y'all, manifesting that shit works. So I said Taylor was going to win it from like pretty much right off the rip. I didn't even care. I was like, we're getting Taylor a win. And she won.
Maybe it's time to exchange the scissors in for some tarot cards. Okay.
Period. Or just a BB key.
Or a BB key. BB key. Okay, y'all are collecting cookout interviews like Pokemon cards. Y'all, we got the Charizard 120. Thank you.
Yo, that is like fucking.
Gotta catch them all.
And I was on my best behavior tonight, but I've been drinking.
Smoking,
and now I'm just like, okay, I'm about to hang out with my friends talk about like Big Brother, TV, life. The
guys,
that was fun. I liked it.
Wait, you'll be so proud of me because I'm watching season 6.
Yes!
I'm like halfway in. I'm halfway in. Kaser just went home the second time in a row.
Oh no, you're on the good part. You're on the best week of BB6.
That is
you're on the best week. Have you watched the HOH comp yet?
You're talking about the one coming up after?
Frenchie. I'm happy you enjoyed watching. Hit me up on Twitter. We want to have you on for sure.
Yes.
We would love an in-depth. I want an
in-depth. Or Frenchie. If you're an all-nighter, if you have any things in the comments that you want to, us to talk about, we'll put it in. Like,
give us stay on with us, chat with us tonight. That'll be fun.
You'll be our you can be our online, guest.
Yes, our online guest.
Frenchie, you're a cutie. Come back anytime. Come on down.
I love it. Frenchie's like a mega fan, like I am, though. Like when Frenchie was on the show, it was like I'm that type of Big Brother fan. Frenchie's been watching the show. I think season 1. Frenchie, have you been watching since the first season? Because that's like me and Frank first season.
Yeah. Can I ask? Okay, so Dawn, come back. We'll come back to that. What the heck happened last night with dropping Survivor recaps? I'll come back to that.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it.
I'm in chaos mode.
Let's go. Frank, you brought it up. You talk about it.
Wow, so y'all went quiet really fast.
So, like I said, the podcast is going. I follow Swords. The podcast is going in a different direction, and I hope you all have grown to love us as much as I'm new to this, but now I'm a face of this, and I have a brand as well. And I hope that you guys have grown to love us just as much as I've grown to love you guys. But the pod is going into a different direction, and I hope that you all are ready to ride this wave with us. We're excited. And I'm only speaking to the people that rock with us, and y'all know who y'all are. And yeah. Next question.
Okay, let's talk. We can talk about Survivor for a second. I'm mad that 3 girls have been voted out. Yes, I'm mad that 3 girls have been voted out, and it's another vagicide. That's what I call it. So now the girls go early. I invented this term in American Idol back in the day because every season of American Idol was a vagicide where all the girls got taken out right away, except for season 3, which was the best season of Idol. But but this season's turning into a vagicide. I mean, we've lost 3 potentially could have been strong female contenders in the game. I'm not happy about it. I don't like that.
Okay, when it comes to Survivor, this season is a little lackluster for me, but I still fuck with Cassidy, and I don't care what anybody says, and I can't wait to see what happens with it. But Sappy Panda, anything new coming up in terms of the podcast? Because if I plug, I'll plug, but I'm on here for the podcast. Anything new coming up? V and I might just get fucked up one night and be like, let's smoke and get on the pod. What's up?
Frenchie, I just messaged you on Twitter, by the way. FYI.
Come on, Frenchie.
He wants to play Survivor. Put this man on Survivor. I would want to watch him again. I do.
Hey, wait, Frenchie, my favorite color is also camo. So what's good?
What's good? Okay, have we heard any of Monty's interviews? I haven't heard them. I haven't really. I started watching.
Frenchie, we the same age, bro.
No, you're not.
Yeah, Frenchie, I'm 34. You're 35. Frenchie's like our age range. Yeah.
I'm not even in my 30s. Y'all need to calm down.
Well,
yo, we grown.
Me and Frank. Frenchie was
grown.
Give me 2 months.
Wait, V, how old are you? V, how old are you?
I'll be 30 in December.
It's a big 3-0.
Yo, what's up?
Okay.
Good to know, though, because I'm going to be the Frenchie and everybody's going to laugh at me for wearing camo next season, I guess, but it's okay.
No.
Yes! See, that's how I'll get sponsored, too. I'll just be wearing hella... Guys, I'm about to be the Crocs spokesperson. My dreams are about to come true. Guys, if I get sponsored by Crocs, which I already have 7 pairs, so I'm not gonna lie, it could be an easy one for me. Clean that shit. I swear to you, oh my god, I can see it now. Oh no, yep, I have to do this. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So when this is when we have me and yo talk.
I'm not included in this. I'm not included in this.
No. Of course you will be, but like I'm a manifesting motherfucker too, and I'm like, yo, this.
What are we gonna call it? What are we gonna call our chat?
No. I'm going back to Frenchie, like 30s, like this is for you too, like. It's all about the 30s. Is it's like when you manifest your dream and you just see that shit work out, and it might not work the way you want. Like Frenchie, like bro, like or like you was a chaotic ass motherfucking goddamn first week.
I've never seen a better week of Big Brother in my life.
But that shit was so entertaining. It gave you a name. It gave you like people was talking about it. Like Big D said. It got y'all something to talk about.
He set the tone of the whole game. Truthfully, he did. His first, it was a mess, but it was everything. I'm off this
motherfucker, and y'all, the little people that talk y'all shit behind the screen, I'm gonna still make some fucking. I'm gonna make bank. I wore camel, like you know what I'm saying. Like Frenchie, I fucks with it.
Wait, gosh, I did.
Taylor did that shit brilliantly with Lakes. Taylor said, "I know what's going to get attention." Taylor did that shit brilliantly, and then when she realized the producers were asking her to eat some Lays after her fight, she says, "Oh, marketing that." And I want to say that bitch in term of endearment, but that's how I talk. So I'm not calling Taylor.
That's what I was gonna tell That's what I was going to tell Big D too, because as a non-binary person, listen, as a non-binary person, one of the most commonly asked questions that I get is, instead of being called like, yes, queen, yes, girl, what do you want to be called? And I'm like, so here's the thing, bitch is neutral to me. I know a lot of people use that as like a feminine insult, and like guys do not want to be called bitches because obviously it's like a feminine slur. So like it's weird that a word like that is, I guess, kind of like gendered in that sense. But if you're talking about a female dog being a bitch, then understandable, right? But all that aside, bitches.
That's just like the N-word. That's just like nigga.
That's what I mean. I'm like, that's the whole thing.
Okay, so we know nigger is derogatory, and this is not a pass for.
Ew, don't say the hard R.
You know, welcome to our new couch potato queens.
Where we start breaking down life.
Right.
Paloma was on the podcast yesterday called Hustle Huddle, and you can watch it on YouTube. Said no one ever. Bye. Sorry.
No, but no, V. I hear you. Like, it's just like, I agree. Like, when I say bitch, it's like I call some of my best friends bitch.
Right.
Like, yes, bitch, you know, and also this bitch is getting on my fucking nerve. Or when it comes to black people, yo, that's my fucking nigga. You feel me?
I'm always
that's my nigga. Or yo, he acting like a motherfucker.
I mean, X said it in an interview. I think he was on with the Winner's Circle, and he just whipped it right out.
Ooh.
X did. Xavier on an interview with the Winner's Circle with Derek and Cody. He just whipped it out, and they were like, "Oh,
he'll be chilling."
Yeah.
See, and that's the thing is,
you
like,
shouldn't have to feel bad about saying it. Say
but
it.
No. Also, Frenchie, yeah, that does have a lot to do with like where you're raised as well.
You're very right.
And it's like, okay, you have to learn from certain situations.
It's just like when you go anywhere. If you're from the Midwest, we say you guys, like, hey, what's up, you guys, like, blah blah blah. It's not like we're talking about all men.
Yes.
We're just saying guys and people. So when you go to the South and you say, what's up, guys, to a table full of women, they're gonna say, we don't have any guys here. They're gonna respond like my grandma does, because that's just how old school everybody is. So like that's another thing too, where I say guys all the time. I'll be like, sup guys, like, what's up? Like, is everybody doing good? So I have to watch myself when I go into this place, because I'm about to be like, yo, I'm gender neutral as fuck. And then I'm about to say bitches and guys and this and that. And they're gonna be like,
no,
I say girl. I call everyone girl. Everyone. And then sometimes
I know.
And that sometimes to me, that's like the one thing sometimes I correct myself with saying, because I say girl to everybody. Like I say it. And people are like, I'm not a girl. Like, Frank, you yourself, I say, hey, girl. And you're like, I'm not a girl.
No, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, also, like, even with that, when I get on the pod and I look at, you know, everybody that's fucking with us, I'll be like, hey, you guys, or I love you guys. I fucks with you guys. And what's in my head right now is just like, wait, let me not say guys. Kind of like what Jeff Prof, is like, come on in. It's like, when I get on the pod, I'm like, I love you guys, but I'm from the Midwest as well. Like, that's just how I talk, and that's my term of endearment.
Wait. So apparently Marcellus from season 3 was on Watch What Happens Live. Can anyone confirm when he was? Because I totally want to watch it. Because season 3, best season ever. Also, I'll just throw it out there because I'm shady, but I reached out to Marcellus. I did. I reached out to him, and he was like, I'm past Big Brother. I don't talk about Big Brother anymore.
No. Can I? Okay, that's Marcellus. Can I go back? Can I go back to Frenchie?
Oh, wait, go ahead. Go back.
He said, I'm just Southern. The B word to me, I was raised was horrible to say. I think things have a lot to do with where you're raised. Exactly. And I feel like within this fandom of BB Twitter, this fandom consumes your life after, from that perspective. But it's like what you do with that fandom, what you do with that platform, whether people know about it or not, that's just up to you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Big Brother is we have language that we talk to with our family. And that's just how we're raised. And I feel like a lot of the fandom that I feel we give so much credit to and so much like attention to, they're the ones that don't realize that or grasp that people are different in their language and their rhetoric, but understand their intent.
Yeah.
If his intent was to be like, if Big D's intent was to be like, yo, Tiffany's a fucking bitch. I hate her. She's the fuck. Oh, I hate that bitch. Okay, then y'all can act up. But if he's like, yo, that bitch get on my nerve, who gives a rat's fucking ass? Because I've said that to people I love more than anything, and I love them more than anything. God damn it. It's where you're raised and how, you know, what your true intents are.
I agree. It definitely is where you're raised. There you go. Like, even if you look at people, okay, but like if you look at Aaron Greaves, you look at Jackson, you look at, does that go within where they were raised for them to act the way they did on Big Brother? Gina Marie? Like the people who were seen as racists on the show. Does it have to do with where they were, where they're from, or the?
I think that's a big factor.
Yeah.
I think that's a big factor. They were just ignorant.
Yeah.
They were just ignorant. And I think if they realized, also, you have to give credit to this fandom.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking the fandom. So, yeah. I mean, I talk and I would think that y'all will understand where I'm coming from. The fandom is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And the fandom this year reunited and told the world what's up.
Yeah, the fans were there this season. Yeah, the fans were there.
They
had the most views they've ever had.
Yes. Live feeds were more popular this year.
But that's why I love how social media is because, yeah, a lot of this does have to do with where you're raised. It does. Mm-hmm. It really does. It's just that what you choose to take out of it is up to you.
That's why the game is so cool because, okay, so like it shows you what part of North America is all about. So like obviously Canada does its own separate thing, but like every single state has its own culture. Every single area has its own culture. So like you're bringing all of these different ass people together into one fucking tiny little studio house for 3 months. Mm-hmm. And you expect to now take away everything from everybody. And now people just have to be people in a house where there is no thing, or you don't get to Google shit. You don't get to like fact check other people. You just have to go off of what they say. You have to trust people. You have to not trust people. You get to learn about how people do things. Like, was somebody born and raised in a suburb? Was somebody raised in the hood? Like, was somebody raised, you know, with like riches? Somebody raised super poor? Like, that shit completely changes people's perspective. And so that's like the cool part about this whole show is like every single season is so fucking different. I don't care what anybody says. Like the one thing that I've noticed, you guys will be like, oh, so this season was good. And it was kind of like this season, but not really. And it's like, you know, I'm spoiled right now because I am watching one of the better seasons. I'm not going to lie, season 6. Even though I'm sick of hearing the R word thrown around because holy shit, that is such a common thing.
Because it's from 2005.
Yeah.
You know wait, what R word?
I'm not going to say it, but
the R word
challenged, like the equivalent. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. So
wait, which R word?
The R word.
RD.
Huh?
Oh my God, for mentally challenged.
No, my computer's like glitching. I'm sorry.
Frank. The R word that is just you just don't say anymore. Ever.
So, anyways.
I don't know. Oh, you talk about like mentally challenged?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they're throwing that around like constantly. That's the whole fucking season, basically. And like Janelle is saying it so much. And I'm like, wait, everybody likes her? Hold on. I'm very confused. Like,
no, but not everybody liked Janelle in her original season. That's why they invented Janellously, because all of the friendship, or AKA the friendships, that's what they call them, hated Janelle, hated her. They despised her. And Janelle.
Joseph, I wish your mom a speedy recovery. And I pray that everything will be great, and thanks for watching.
Love you,
Joseph. Watch us on Monday. Monday night's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but like watching these past seasons and like watching little bits and pieces of different stuff, it's really cool because again, you really get a deep dive. Like if I were to watch 23 like 20 years from now, I would know exactly how 2021 was. You know what I mean? Like it gives an accurate representation of that year. Like this is so 2005, it hurts my bones. Like
Yeah.
it's gross. You know what I mean? But like I don't know. I love seeing all different aspects of the US because it's so fucking different. I don't even care. Like I could head an hour away from here in Michigan and it's a completely different world.
Yeah.
You know? So watching people adapt and then like find commonalities and things like that. Like that's what I love about BB because BB is the only way that you can get all of these way different ass people to sit down in one room and be like cool with each other. Potentially. You know what I mean?
It wakes you up. It really truly wakes you the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity to learn. Like these people sometimes get to learn. And you know what? Guess what? Even if they don't want to, they get their asses handed to them through Twitter or whatever the case is. And you have no option but to like grow the fuck up or just get canceled for the rest of your life.
No, and that's another thing. I don't know if Frenchie is still with us, but like even watching his season, and you know, I fell victim to like the BB fandom, you know, back in the day. That's why if you look at my old tweets, I don't give a fuck. That's just how I was, and it just took me, you know, watching the live feeds and to this extent to be like, yo, it's waking me up and seeing my people, you know, how they operate. And so yeah, back then I was a little blind and I was, you know, oh, you're coming after my favorite. I don't like you. I hate you. You know, like, oh, you suck. Yeah. But now I'm getting to know them, and this is like my first time speaking to Big Brother contestants, and they've all been extremely lovely.
Everyone has been great.
Extremely amazing. Like it's been awesome. So it wakes me up to be like, yo, they're human. Like they're playing a game.
Yep.
Yo, Frenchie, I have season 2 through 6 on VHS and storage. No, season 3 through 6. Yeah, 3 through 6.
Frenchie was like probably us when we were like in high school. Me and Frank have known each other since I was like 14. He was 15. Like we were in high school together. You could have been like with us talking Big Brother on like at school. Like that's cool. Like he's probably like mega fan like we are. Like has watched all of them.
Yeah, but that's the testament of getting to know people versus people playing a fucking game. Yeah. And that's why I love that everybody that you might have been a villain, you might have, you know, Frenchie's not you're not a bad person.
No.
And what? Yeah, have I, you know, as a fan, have I like clowned the game? Yes. But that doesn't take away from the person you are. You're playing a game. And this
Steven's here. Steven, do you want to come join us? Here, Steven, I'm sending you the text. Hold on, I'm texting you. Come join us. Hold on. Where is he? Shit.
No, Frenchie, you did play too hard. Steven, I'm talking to Frenchie right now. I'm taking advantage. You played the game so hard, but you also played the game because you had ethics coming in. You came in saying, I don't want to, you know, target a African American or
a woman.
A woman. And that's what you did. However,
it was everything. It was such chaos. I went so hard.
But your intentions were there. The intent was there. But the circumstances what you were dealt with, it just happened. Like that's the game that we will never understand. Is your mind is racing and you have your intent, but when you walk into that house, I mean,
everything changes.
Everything changes.
Everything is completely different.
Yeah. No. Frenchie, I know you own that, and I'm giving you praises as a fan.
I praise it too.
Like that's how I felt when I first watched. But you know, we as fans, we have to. Some fans, because some of these motherfuckers don't know how to grow. So as fans, we have to watch the process. We have to watch how you operate it, and then we watch, what you do after.
It was such good TV.
And
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, okay, about. And all I care about is that you gave us the best first week of Big Brother we have ever had. You gave it to us.
Look who's working.
Y'all wanted the real me. Here it is.
I loved it, JT. I loved it.
I'm here for it. Oh, she's ready to go, honey. Go dance.
I cannot. I'm dead.
Come on, Atlanta. All right. Looking hot, Steven.
Yes.
How was Big D?
It was fun.
Oh, you missed out on a good one. You missed out on.
Since we keep everything a buck, we got 40, we got 40 minutes or something, but while we're keeping it a buck, Steven doesn't even fuck the Big D.
I am working. It's my job.
Actually, it is his job.
Steven is working.
She likes to dance, honey.
Is she working hard or hardly twerking?
I love it.
Well,
no. The only reason why I said this is because, Steven, I made the announcement tonight. I made the announcement that Couch Potato Queens, we're going in a different direction. I fucking love you. You can keep it a buck. The people watching, they don't need to know that you don't fuck the Big D. You can tell them, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not you my motherfucking, you know what I love you.
Steven, I love you too. This is our squad, y'all.
This is our squad.
This is our squad. Frenchie, this is Steven. He's part of our family as well. It's the four of us.
Thanks. Y'all might get me one night where I'm like, okay, y'all, I'm out, but I'm gonna fucking answer like Steven did, because this is the family. I fucks with y'all.
You're not going anywhere, bitch. Okay, you're not.
No, you're hanging out so we can see Gio in the background. You better relax, Frank. Okay.
Gio in the background right there.
I know he is. Hi, Gio.
No. Oh, God.
Actually, Frank, why is Gio not joining us for Potomac? Hello?
Because Gio has his brand, I have my brand.
Gio, if you want to join us for Potomac, you're more than welcome to.
Hi, Gio.
Yo. Okay,
Steven, are you gonna?
No, this is after hours.
Steven,
this is after dark.
Steven, Frenchie's.
We don't give a fuck.
Steven, Frenchie's talking to us right now. We're viewing. Frenchie's one of our viewers.
Frenchie, what up, Frenchie? How's that Dr. Pepper treating you? How's that Dr. Pepper, though?
Steven, we've been talking to Frenchie all night, too.
Wait, where did Frenchie drop the proof? Where's the proof?
Oh, he messaged me on Twitter.
Oh.
Frenchie, where's that Dr. Pepper at, though?
Frenchie, message me on Twitter. Tell me it's real.
Yeah. Frenchie, message me.
Yeah, Frenchie, if you're real, message me.
Yo, Derek.
You love Dr. Pepper? Hold on.
Derek.
What?
Yo, listen. It's Atlanta Pride weekend. That's why I'm lit and naked right now.
Just kidding. I'm all out of Dr.
Show us
Pepper.
some of the other dancers. Go back to doing your pride thing, honey.
Yo.
It's circuit weekend.
Yo, Frenchie, you said they gotta pay you. Heard.
Pay you?
Frenchie!
Dr. Pepper needs to pay you or us?
No, not us. We're not paid.
No, not us.
You're one of our friends.
This is a non-paid podcast.
Yo, we good, baby. You need to come on.
Okay. It is the real Frenchie. He just followed me.
I know.
The only thing we pay for is a lap dance for me.
Oh.
Steve, that's because Steven feeling it. Yo, I know.
Yo, bitch, that's my song.
I know the Steven y'all don't know.
I'm about to
That's
tell
my
you. I'm about to work
song.
on it.
Don't make
Steven,
me
go
start
back
getting-
and make some money. Get some $100 bills, Hunty.
Couch potato queen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are we
That's all the backstage pass y'all get.
Oh my god.
Spending thousands on Dr. Pepper.
Wait, thousands of what though? Thousands of what though?
Frenchie, I'll buy you all the Dr. Pepper you need, baby.
I'll be the doctor to your pepper.
Yo, we're gonna bring Frenchie on. We're gonna plan it. Probably Frenchie will be is gonna be our next our guest.
I think he needs to be.
Okay, are you guys free Thursday next week? Can we do Thursday next week?
I'm free whatever day y'all
Frenchie, can you do Thursday next week? Hit me up.
Wait. Can we talk about this outside? Like,
We'll talk about this. Frenchie, I'll hit you
Yeah.
up in private after the show. We're gonna discuss nights
Yeah.
for free and we'll give you some times.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yo, you got niggas like going to fucking getting invited to Broadway shows.
Sick.
You got motherfuckers working on screenplays with cats.
Okay, come on, screenplays. Yo, okay, can I just talk about my fat self right now? I got this cheesecake bar, and
I'm plugging. Like you said, plug.
Can I talk about
So,
my fat ass for a
we gonna have to
second?
talk about it.
Okay. As host and creator of the Couch Potato Queens, me, I'm gonna talk for a second right now. I'm gonna talk about my fat ass self. I ordered this dessert before the show started, and it is a cheesecake bar, and it has been sitting there for the last 2 hours, and I have not eaten it. I haven't wanted to.
Okay, I'm being called to go. I'm being called to go shake my ass on the bar. So, I'm gonna sign off, but I will see y'all on Tuesday for the challenge, bitches.
Yes.
Steven Show, the challenge. Look out for the thumbnail coming out. Look out for everything new.
Look out for me.
You know.
I will see y'all next week. I love you, Couch Potato Queens.
Love you too, baby.
Love you.
Love you, Steven. And that's how she does it, y'all.
Oh,
Okay.
we love a quickie.
Yo, so Frenchie just said,
I'll be there the 15th.
Frank's taking me to Broadway when I like, well, shit. Like, okay, I'm just talking. Fuck it. You want to see a Broadway show?
They're doing. Wait, Frank, they're doing that thing that Big D was telling you about. They're having an event that night, and Frenchie's going to it. You should go to the event. You should hit up Big D and go to the event.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing about that, y'all. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. And this is no whatever. Y'all can hit me up. Like for real. Like y'all can hit me up. I fucked with y'all. I liked watching y'all. You know, I love the dynamic. I'm living my life. Y'all can hit me up. You know, and this is no shade. This is just that I'm busy. Y'all can hit me the fuck up. You look.
Frenchie's coming all the way through.
Yo,
Frenchie, you want to come visit me and V in Detroit area? We'll show you Detroit, okay? We met like half your cast a couple months ago.
We will show you how we party.
Yeah, and I'm a partier too, Frenchie. I'm a partier too, but like, I'm also I'll be a little nervous, you know, to come out and like, you know, y'all came to New York last year. I mean, I'm not nervous now, but
I fucking love this man. He is so funny, Frenchie. I would have been. Look, Frenchie, you would have been like one of my close friends growing up. There's no.
Hey, Frenchie, I'm originally from Detroit. I'm a Detroiter that turns into a New Yorker.
We're all Detroiters, all here.
Yeah,
I'm
a Detroiter at heart.
Before?
No way.
Stop.
Have you been?
Frenchie, have you been to Detroit? We're a Detroit podcast.
We're just technically interviewing Frenchie, but through the live chat.
No, that's what. Look, I fucks with it. Like, yeah, like.
I
just want to like fucking hang out. Even like I want to hang out with Josh and V. You know, like I fucked with y'all. And like
I will come to New York. I'm trying to party. I'm
Frank,
trying to go places.
Steven is the only one that came to New York. And
Frank,
but understand the
Steven comes,
circumstances.
I'm getting a nice check within the next 10 days, and then I can plan a trip.
Listen, I got cuties out in New York. Just send me.
Frenchie wants to come join us now.
Oh, come through.
You know what, Frenchie? I'm sending you the link on Twitter.
You know what, Frenchie? Come the fuck through. Let's go.
Do you want to join us?
Awesome.
Okay. Why the fuck not? Hold on.
Yo, we was on the live with fucking Tiffany for 3 hours.
Stop
right.
Frenchie,
I'm sending you the link.
For 3.5 fucking hours.
I said I was gonna go to bed early tonight, and y'all said
that was party. I was supposed to
Yo, we should send a link. Let's send a link. Let's send a link on
Okay. Well, I'm sending the link to Frenchie unless someone else.
Yo, facts.
Okay, where is the messengers? It's so slow on my damn computer.
I need to go grab myself something. It sounds like
I gotta pee first.
Hold on, Frenchie, we're sending you the link to the thing, but okay. Here we go. I'm sending it to you via Twitter. If my computer ever loads. Here we go. Any day now, Twitter. Thank you. Okay, Frenchie, I sent it to you on Twitter.
Yo, we coming back, everybody.
We're coming back. Frenchie's joining us. Should we? All right. I have boys blowing up my phone on Grindr right now too. What the hell?
Yo, I'm so tired of niggas or men. Oh my God, we're still on live, aren't we? Duh. Hi everybody. Yo, we're just it's a slight pause.
It's a slight. We're taking a break.
Who's slight pausing?
Frenchie, if you are seeing this, I sent you the link.
Oh my God.
Oh. So we can wait for him, but let's chat until he gets here. Perfect. It's been a fun night. Indy's liking mean tweets about Taylor. Why? Oh, he's here. Hold on, let me bring him on. It's still loading him.
I gotta pee.
Here he is. Too bad he's here. Hi, Frenchie.
Oh my God!
Whoa, this is crazy.
Is this real life?
How are y'all?
What's up?
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Let me go get some headphones real quick.
All right, and I'm gonna go
get headphones. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, Frank, go pee too. It's cool.
Are you dead? I'm dead.
I'm loving this. This is like the most random best night ever.
Oh, I love this.
Now.
I'm deceased right now. I am currently stoned. And we manifest shit just pops the fuck off for you guys. So
I love it.
Keep doing good and good shit happens.
I love it.
Speaking of good shit. This is so random. This is what a night of Couch Potato Queens is like, in case everybody was wondering. It's just very random. Things pop off. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We're just out here doing the damn thing. So.
Random things are always the best.
Random things are better.
All right,
Frenchie, I've chatted with you before, but I'm Josh. This is V, and then that's Frank. I love that you're here. This is awesome.
I'm dead.
All right, give me one.
V, what a night tonight. And to think,
and also I'm watching the Janelle double eviction episode. So like,
did you see Janelle? Well, that's old school. So back then, Janelle, it wasn't a whole week. They would just win HOH and make nominations. How they did double eviction back in the day.
Yeah,
it was different. Which I'm sure Frank will explain this. He's a big fan. But like back in the day, like double evictions were different. They didn't call it double eviction rounds. They called it like whirlwind of event rounds. The double evictions. And then the double evictions were like eviction night. They would do HOH and nominations, that type thing. Frenchie, I'm explaining to V's kind of like yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Oh.
Hey.
Settings, audio.
Oh, he's trying to join in. He'll be on.
Yo, V heard. And I'm a
Come on.
Can you hear us? This is fun. I'm having fun tonight.
Okay, fuck these headphones. They'll just have to.
Can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we
can you hear us?
Probably not.
Oh. Okay, he's gonna come back.
Okay, so anyways, you were explaining. So
how they did.
They called this a double eviction.
So they did call it a double eviction, but what would happen was you'd win HOH, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You'd win HOH, you'd make your nominations on eviction night, and then the next episode was veto ceremony eviction.
Okay, right. So that's what I'm watching.
And then the veto episode was like HOH nominees, and then the eviction episode was like veto eviction. So it was a little different.
Okay. So they did it. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, Janelle just won the meeting, so that's what I mean.
Can hear us. Frenchie, can you hear us?
Okay, now I can, but I'm trying to get it on my headphones. I don't know what.
Okay. But you can hear us though. Somewhere.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Awesome. Okay. I'm trying to explain to V about how double evictions used to be back in the day.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
Oh, like we're talking like BB6, like when double evictions were like 2 in a week, so it would be like eviction night, HOH nomination ceremony, and then it would be like eviction everything on the Sunday or Saturday episode, whatever it was back then. Yeah, V's still learning. V still likes watching some seasons for the first time. So
yeah, I'm going all the way back.
It's an experience. Like to me personally, Big Brother's not the same anymore. Like I don't know what I mean by that is, it's still a great game. It's a game that I still really love. But like Frank, when you watch this from season 1 forward, you see and it's just a society evolvement. Mm-hmm. Like I miss the punch you in your face, not literally, but like verbally. I don't care what you think. I'm going to say what I think about you. Yeah. And I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. Mm-hmm. And if you do that now, you're instantly canceled.
Right.
Like an evil dick.
No.
Yeah. No, well, I'm talking about more like a Britney.
Yeah.
Brittany Haynes.
Yeah. Like she did it flawlessly. Like she was able to, she was funny about it. She was witty. Yeah. But not downright like disgusting cruel about it, if that makes any sense. Like
not cruel. Yeah, I agree.
My thing is like with even that. I agree. Like it's not the same anymore, and even rewatching it because I tried to rewatch season 15 just to be like, let me just see where my mindset is currently, and where is my mindset going to go when I watch season 15? Because like I said, I filmed season 3 through 6 on VHS, and I used to replay those. As a grown adult now, I'm not going back to that.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I would love to go back to see what did young Frank, what didn't he see? And that's the reason why I feel like I'm not enjoying Big Brother as much as I used to. Like you said, is because people want to be featured. People they're thinking about cancel culture. They're thinking about what is my perception of the world going to be versus like the old schoolers just went in. I'm gonna be me, as ignorant and fucked up as some of them were, I'm sure some of them were conscious of like the perception, but it was real people.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's Big Brother anymore. I feel like it's more so we're watching people put on a character and we're watching people, get lost in the sauce because that's the point. But also being conscious of cancel culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like even with my season, like when I went in with a game plan, right? And being a fan of the show, I should have known not to have a strategy going in. That was the worst thing I could have ever done. But I remember, like in my heart, I'll tell you the difference between my head and my heart when I walked in this game, all right? My heart, when I walked in this game, what I could think of is somebody in I'll call it Mexico because that's what everybody calls it, because I'm still under contract. But while I was in there was like, think of the moments and things like that really upset you in previous seasons. I know you're a fan. Like, think of that and just, think of how you would want to play your game. And the only thing my mind went to in Sequester was me sitting on my couch at home, flipping the coffee table and breaking it with the Kimmy situation.
Oh, yeah.
So when I had the interview the next day, that was fresh on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's something I kept thinking about over and over. It was like, I don't want to be that bully, and like, I want to see a difference. I'm tired of the old guy going home first, not knowing that I was the old guy on the season.
And you were like 30.
And we're not, and first of all, we're not even like old, which is why
right.
we're young.
I like Big Brother needs to like really consider going back old school as well.
Where's Rennie? Where are the Rennies? Where what was the other the old guy? What's his name?
Yeah,
the really old guy. Jerry, yes.
Yeah. And like, so when I was on that interview and they asked me, they was like, what is your goal? And at that particular moment, now this is before I walked in the house, this is before I knew anybody that was going in the house, anything. Because of things that has happened in my past personally, I got tired of seeing the old guy go home first, and I don't trust men. I'll just be honest with you. I don't trust men. So going in the house, that's where my whole I don't like meatheads things comes into play. But these are things that I've never spoke about, even to this day. Like I've never been on a podcast or anything like that where I've told people, hey, this is where my mind is at because this is the things that has happened to me in my past to create this way of thinking.
But and that's so interesting you say that, because honestly, if you look at that, if that's your goal in terms of like, I want the meathead to go home first, you know what I'm saying? And you end up nominating. And when I say what I say, I don't care about laughs. I don't care about, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about likes. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to say what I want to say. So it's like, if you said you wanted the meatheads to go first and you come into the house and you nominated a black person and a woman first.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, within your goal of your HOH, a white meathead went home first.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it got accomplished the wrong way.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, it did get accomplished.
And it was chaos to get there, which was what the fans wanted.
A lot of people that's not here, they don't understand that if we didn't have your type of HOH week, there's a possibility there might have not been a cookout.
True.
There's a possibility that, like, you would have been in the way of this, because like.
Let me tell you something that I've never told anybody, right? So everybody always wonders about the whole meathead thing, right? Why do you not like meatheads or gym rats, whatever you want to call them? So before the relationship I was in now, years ago, I watched my best friend. I got home from work and I watched my best friend in bed with the woman I was about to marry. And when asked why, it was because he was physically fit. I'm a smaller guy. I'll be the first one to tell you. It is what it is,
brother.
you know. But when I asked her why, she said because he was physically fit and I think he did like underwear modeling or some shit. But here nor there, I grew a strong dislike for that. So when people were like, "Oh, well, you're just saying that for TV. You're just saying that," but I've never came out and been like, okay, because I've never felt comfortable enough. But I think it's time. It's been a year since I've been on the show to where I can be open and honest and have that discussion of where, you know, this is where that derives from, and this is why that derived from that. So this is where you get the meathead thing from.
Frenchie, that makes sense. It makes sense though. Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And like maybe that, and if you told that story to casting when you were getting cast on the show, they definitely with your season wanted to go into a season where the muscle jock dude does not win, because the seasons before Generation 3 of Big Brother, y'all started Generation 4. Generation 3 of Big Brother, you get white jock, you get nerd, you get Nicole Franzel, okay? You get Josh, who was with Paul, another jock, somewhat. He was somewhat jock. You get Casey.
Y'all know it's so annoying. And Frenchie, I know this is so fucking annoying. People repeating the same shit in terms of like, Frenchie played too hard.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we lose him?
Uh-oh.
Did I say something?
No. Is he probably...
Oh, there he is. I was like, I was agreeing with him. He's coming back.
No, you good.
Okay, there he is.
Hey, look, that's that country bumpkin ass internet for you. Backwoods broadcast, you know.
You know what? I love that. No, but what I was saying though was like every season you got the jock or the nerd winning every season, so they didn't want that going into your season. So I feel like with that story casting you, they're like, this guy does not want a jock getting far in this game.
I went in there saying that, and I told him like throughout casting that was my thing was, okay, if you put them in there, they're losing, they're going home. And I even remember telling my handler the day we walked on to the CBS lot, I told my handler, I said, I hope the jock is not your favorite because I'm winning the first HOH and he's going home. And they all started laughing. I said, and my handler looked at me like, yeah, whatever, your skinny ass ain't winning nothing. And like I looked at him and I was like, if you're a betting man, bet now, because I'm telling you, I want to see my kids. And when I told him that, he was like, good luck. And I walked out of the room, and that's when we, you know, right then and there is when we walked into the house. And I'm standing outside of the CBS lot, and Big D's right next to me, Xavier's right next to me, and Travis is right next to me. And I'm looking at Travis's puka shells and all that, and I'm like, okay. And then I look at Xavier, I'm like, all right, he's got some muscle too. And then I look at Big D, and I just smile. And I look over at Big D, and I'm like, we're going to get along. And they go, you guys are not allowed to talk. And I'm like, okay. But, like, I couldn't help it. Like, you know, I was like, we're going to get along.
There's part of me, Frenchie, that wishes you would have made it farther for chaos. But the only problem I had was that there was a hot second. Claire was my favorite going into it. I loved Claire because she was like somewhat of like an ogre. She created Survivor Michigan. I was rooting for Claire at the beginning. And there was a second where Claire almost went up on the block the first week. And I was like, do not come for my girl. Like, don't come for Claire.
Claire would have never went on the block.
Yeah.
Even if I would have thought about it or anything, it's Claire wouldn't have done it, because at the end of the day, Claire made me laugh. And
She's funny.
And I'm the type of person where if you can make me laugh, like I want to be around people like that. I don't like this serious all the time, like people like that. Those aren't people I get along with, really.
For sure.
And I knew coming into this game I was going to be misunderstood too from the get-go. I'm this country bumpkin ass guy, only 35 with gray hair. Like, I already knew it was, you know what I mean? Like, my dad turned gray when he was 18. So, you know, I knew that I was going to be perceived as a lot older than what I was, which happened because they thought I was like 40 or 50. But long story short, like, I knew as soon as I was like, yeah, I'm from the South, or the second I spoke and they heard my accent, and I just knew that I was going to be like assumed a lot of things. And like they would, you know, and people do that a lot, even to this day. Like I've met alumni that is like, oh, I thought you'd be like a MAGA and stuff like that. And when they realize that I'm not, and I don't like Donald Trump, they're like, oh, I didn't expect that. And then we have a normal ass conversation. But it's funny the front people put on, like, and they're like, I'll give another example. There was this preseason thing, I think, where they were like, something about dick pics or something like that. And I'm like, come on, man, use some logical thinking.
Wait,
okay?
they asked
if there was that, look at Memphis. I'll just say it. Look at Memphis. It was all over.
Right. Yeah.
If
Memphis
there was a picture of me, it would be all over the place. And there's not, because there's not one. And it's funny that assumptions are something that I don't do. Like, if let's just say you don't like Frank, or Frank don't like you, I'm not gonna not like you just because he don't. But I can still be friends with him too. You know what I mean? I'm just that kind of person. Maybe it's because I'm grown and I don't have time for the pettiness.
We're all of us here, like, V, you're gonna be 30 in a couple months. We're all in our 30s. Like, we're at a different, when you're in your 30s, it's a different outlook on the world from when you're in your early 20s. And the majority of the people they cast in the show are in their early to mid 20s, the majority. So, like, we just have a different outlook on life. That's why it's like, that's why I was so disappointed in the people that were over 30 or like mid to late 30s, early 40s this current season, because they were just a mess. All of them. I was like, I expected so much more from them, and I didn't like any of them. They were awful. They were awful. And your season, no one was like that. There was no one that was just awful. Everyone was likable.
Yeah, I mean, I made my mistakes, and I'll be the first one to admit that.
But Frenchie, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What was your mistake? Like, what was you went to play Big Brother? Like,
I did, but let me tell you what I personally feel like I made two mistakes, and here's what I think they are. My biggest mistake was I should have just kept my mouth shut in that interview and not said it and just done it. To me, that was my biggest mistake. Normally, if I just do it, and I let a lady and a camera bring out my thoughts when I shouldn't. I'm not normally like that, if it makes any sense. Because normally I'm just like, all right, you'll see. You know, you're about to fuck around and find out. But before you walk in that house, your emotions are so high. You're shaking. Especially me, because, you know, I'm not gonna say it's any different for anybody else, but for like a recruit that's never seen the show or something like that, they got nerves, but I fell in love with this show. This is all I've ever wanted to do. So sitting there before that interview, I'm a nervous wreck. I literally just got done meeting the people that you see on the credits on this show, and they know who I am now. Like it's so that was big for me. And I let my nervousness get the best of me for that. And the number two was I was in the HOH room and Kylan was in there, and we I still haven't watched everything yet, but from what I can remember, it was me, Kylan, Xavier was in there, and I can't anyway, long story short, I can't remember who all was in the room, but me and Kylan kind of got into it a little bit. And I assumed that he was getting angry when him and I have already had this conversation privately, and I'm not one to put that conversation out there, but we both tensions were high. I was wrong, and that's all there is to it. I shouldn't have assumed he was angry. I shouldn't have assumed, but I'm a facial expression person, and Kylan, his facial expressions are very, very reserved, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a very, very straightforward, like, and he was kind of hard to read. So I was like, is he being sarcastic? Is he being like, I couldn't tell, because the way that he was speaking, I couldn't tell if it was being sarcastic or was he being serious. And come to find out, he was being serious, and I was wrong for that. And just like Brent, I even apologized to Brent as well, and was like, I assumed something about you and just thought that you were a typical meathead. But the more, and even to this day, I still talk to Brent, because the more you get past, I hate to say it like this, but that old saying where they're like, don't judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I did that a couple times in that house.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And I let Kylan's facial expressions assume something, and I shouldn't have done that. I let Brent's physical appearance, I judged him off of that, and I shouldn't have done that. So that was actually 3 mistakes, because I shouldn't have done that either. And other than that, like, people got upset about my nominations. But you want to talk about that for a second? I'll tell you what was going through my head.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what was going through your head then, but I want to know, if you played this game today, what 2 people would you put up?
No, I want to know what's going on through his head.
I want to know that.
I'll tell you that because I've actually thought a lot
what were you thinking then?
Yeah. So in that moment, Christian we just got done with the wild card comp. Christian was safe. He saved Xavier, which Xavier was never, and in my head, I wanted Christian for some reason. Like, I felt it. I felt the Alyssa thing coming, and I could just tell by the way they would talk and they would flirt. I'm like, okay, that's about to be the showmance this season. I want to go ahead and that right now. And people thought I was crazy because I assumed that they were about to be in a showmance, which I ended up being right. But here nor there, he was my go-to. That was my big fish, And so for him to be safe, it threw me for a loop. Like, I wish they would release the unreleased DRs, because when he got safe, I went in there and I was like, what the hell am I gonna do now? Like, I like the rest of these people. Like, I promised these people this, and like, Christian was like the only person that, like, I wanted at this period of time. I thought I was gonna have an easy first week. I really did. When I first won HOH, I thought I was gonna have an easy week. And then the wild card thing happened, and it just, from there, it just went.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
your people were limited and more
Yeah.
limited and more limited.
They were. It kept going down and down and down. And not just that, but at that point, I was like, okay, well, in the back of my head, I'm like, I know this is going to turn into a showmance. And showmances in the past go a long way. Everybody knows that because they've got to the end a lot of times. And I didn't want to start this season having to worry about a showmance. So I was like, if I can't get you, I know I made this promise and it sucks. And it hurts. But at the end of the day, a showmance is going to screw all of us. And so I was like, if I can't get you, I'm going to get the closest person to you. So I knew that she was going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because like, and then I was like, you know what, to secure the veto, I actually did. And I wish that they would release all, I don't know if they even showed any of my DRs that said it or what, but I actually trusted Kylan. And I was like, oh, well, he'll help me get the veto and then we can just do what we want with it. That's more numbers on my side to get the veto. Less I have to worry about.
You know, if Brent would have won the first HOH, because Brent was almost going to win it until Kylan came along. Brent would have won it. I think he would have been safe that week if Brent won.
Yeah, probably. You
would have made it through if Brent did, but Kylan knew what he wanted to do. I think he was like, we're done with this. But the viewers, I would put you at the same rate as like a Jerry Manthe. You watch Survivor, right? It's a lovable villain. It is. You were a lovable villain. You were someone that was fun to watch. Like, it was fun.
And it's crazy because like my normal day life is like that. Like, it's very unpredictable. Like, there's shit that happens in my life all the time where I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Like, how am I going to deal with this? Like, and I just do what I do. Like, I don't even think twice about things half the time. I just do shit and think about it later, you know? Do shit and ask for forgiveness later. And should I be that way? Probably not. But it makes for good TV. And I told them that. I said, I'm very chaotic. If I get like flustered, this is exactly what I told casting. I said, if I get flustered or if I don't know what the outcome is going to be, I get very chaotic. And they were like, really? And I'm like, yeah, like I get chaotic if I don't know the outcome, or if I can't, I'm a farmer. I'm a control freak. Like, if I can't control what's happening, I freak out. And in the house, that's exactly what happened. I couldn't control the week.
French, I have a random question for you. Do you know what like online reality games are? Have you ever heard of like orgs before? Have you heard that term before?
Yeah.
Have you ever played in one before?
No.
Okay, I feel like you would have been someone who would have played in an org. Like, I did. Right? I've played in orgs.
Me and Josh, we used to play in that shit back in high school.
You would play it like back in the day when we would do it would be through AIM. Then there was a generation that was like all Skype ones. Like, there's a bunch of them out there. But for some reason, I'm like, you totally remind me of like some of the people that I've played in orgs with. Like, how they played those games is like, that's what I would say. I was like, oh my god, it's like he has to be an org player because like the chaos, like it's
org was so much fucking fun. I can't wait to introduce this new org world.
So funny story. Before I got on Big Brother, I was going through the casting process for Sequester.
Were you Audrey's game?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got the call back and everything from Sequester and like.
So I'm part of that community. I actually started Sequester when it started, the original Sequester that Audrey started when it was just chat room type things. I helped create that. I was running those chat rooms when it started.
Nice. Yeah. I got the call back from that, and then literally they were asking me for pictures and stuff through email to get set up, and it was like, keep it very quiet. And literally, I think it was 3 or 4 days later, I got the call that was like, we're bringing you back. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's do this. Like, sorry. So I didn't mean to be like an asshole to sequester casting, because I love Audrey and them and I love what she does. But when your dream, your dream's about to happen, like
there's no question you
Yeah.
do Big Brother. But so actually, do you know like Kim Mattina?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're good friends.
I've known Kim for 8 years. Kim's a friend of mine too, so
I
we've had her
love
on
Kim.
before too. So
let me tell you a story about Kim. Let me tell you how sweet she is, right? So before I got on Big Brother, I was trying to find this doll for my daughter. It was like this Coco Melon doll.
What's talking about?
Huh?
Kim Mattina, she's
Mattina.
an orger. She was in the org community. She's like she's in her like 50s. She's like the org mom basically.
Super sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I couldn't find this. Have you ever heard of Coco Melon?
I think so.
It's like a big kids show, like Coco Melon. It's everywhere.
Okay.
So as a dad, like every kid wanted this Coco Melon doll.
Okay.
And my daughter wanted it really, really bad. I could not find this thing anywhere. I was about to travel to, I forget what state I was about to go to, but it was like 4 or 5 different states over to go get this doll. And Kim was like, oh my God, they got one at my Target. I'll get it and send it to you.
Very Kim.
And she sure shit did. She got it, sent it to me. I paid her immediately before she sent it. And like, she saved me the Christmas before I went on Big Brother, big time. She got me the Dad of the Year award for sure.
She is org mom to like thousands of people. Yeah. Everyone loves Kim.
She's amazing. Such a sweetheart.
She's very sweet. Frank, what were you gonna say? I know you wanted to say something.
Oh, I'm chilling.
Oh, you're chilling?
Frenchie.
I'm so happy we have Frenchie on right now.
This is wild, like this is dope,
So V's over there looking like you got a question. Like,
yeah,
you don't want to ask it. Just ask.
No, I'm also just vibing over here. I mean, if you caught the part of the conversation, you were my first season. So thank you for starting out my very first season with some chaos, because that's actually, I was just telling these guys a little bit earlier too. I just made my I may or may not have made a video for this season, but yeah, so in my video I was like, listen,
don't tell nobody that, by the way.
Wait, Frenchie, heard you.
Yeah, fair. Well, chaos was mentioned. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Make sure you. Hey, look.
V affirmation, right?
To anybody that's applying. Right? Do what?
V affirmation, right?
Affirmation.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, V,
here's the thing: don't put it on Twitter. They look at that stuff.
Right.
Don't really put it out there much that you did, and don't have people, because like I'll be honest, right after, because I got called for 22 before it was All Stars, and people were like on Twitter, there were some people that was like, I want to see Frenchie on Big Brother 22, and if not 22, 23, and I'm like, stop! Like, I can't tell you guys, but I've already been called. Like, stop.
Right.
Please stop, because I got asked about it. They were like, so how do these people know? And I'm like, they don't. They're just assuming.
Fair.
And so yeah, they actually do care about that stuff. So if you're listening, don't put it out there that you're applying. Just keep it hush.
Yeah.
And if there's anything I can tell you about Big Brother, people will be like, well, what do you know about Big Brother? You was only there for 2 damn weeks. Well, let me tell you, I know how to get a callback, because I got multiple callbacks from multiple different shows. And the thing is don't go on these videos telling people I'm going to play like so-and-so, or I want to do like this. When you go, they don't care that you're going to win the show. Look, I'm just going to say this as blunt and honest as I can.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit that you're going to be the best player that's ever came across Big Brother. They don't care that you're going to be the biggest villain. They don't care that you're going to be funnier than Brittany Haynes in the diary room. Don't tell them, show them. Show them. You know, like for my video, I don't think I've ever released my video yet, but my video for 23 was I had always tried to edit these videos to make them look really good and blah, blah, blah. And after I got the call back for 22, I was like, you know what? This year, fuck it. You're getting the raw me. I took a camera in the middle of the cow field, right? And I swear, I set this camera on a tripod out there and I was like, look, every year for years, I've been telling you guys who I am. This is not my first time getting a call back. So let me tell you what you don't know. And I'm just going to talk about me. And I went on and then the cow bumped the camera and the camera fell in cow shit. So I'm picking this tripod up. I swear to God, this is true. So I picked the tripod up and I'm like, I got to wipe the lens with my shirt. So like I'm taking my shirt and wiping the lens of the camera and I'm like, excuse the cow shit, but I'm not editing anything this year. You're getting it all. And I was like, yeah. And I was just like, this is who I am. Like, you know, I'm prior military. This is what I did in the military. Like I'm good at what I do. And when she called me, I could barely understand what she was saying because she was like, is this Frenchie? And that's all I understood because she was just laughing so hard. And she's like, your video was the funniest video I've ever seen in casting.
Amazing.
And I'm like, that's just who I am. Like and so the point of me telling y'all this story is because of this. Just be you. Yeah, I know everybody says it and it sounds so cliche, but if you don't talk about what you want to do in the game and just talk about yourself, think of how many thousands of people are talking about being the next Dr. Will, being the next Dan Giesling, and how rare it is. And people are sending in 20-second TikToks. Like, just think about that for a second. And then you come in with a genuine story of who you are, not about Big Brother, not about anything else, just who you are. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to hear that. And those are the people that are going to get the callbacks, are the ones that just talk about themselves. So that's the best advice that I can give, because that strategy right there worked for me on multiple shows. And I ended up choosing, for 23, I ended up having the option between 3. And wow. I went with Big Brother.
Can you tell us what the other 2 were?
Well, there might still be hope for the other 2. So,
okay, all right.
I'll fill you in later. I'll say that.
Okay.
Well, once we end the broadcast, the Couch Potato Queens After Dark is what we call it.
Right. Because
one was a Netflix show. I'll say that one was a Netflix show, and the other was related in ways.
It was related,
but it and that's like, the one thing I wish that postseason and that I could put out there, because I haven't really went on many podcasts. I haven't really put myself out there like that. Because I did get a lot of hate. People were threatening to burn down my farm, kill my kids. Yeah. Like, I mean, I got it all after I got out of Big Brother. So I kind of like, I was absent from social media for a while after I got off the show, but not to avoid the trolls and stuff like that. I seriously wanted to get out, and I had a talk with my sister, and like, I was like, look, I just want to reflect. Like, that's it. I just want to reflect, good, bad, all of it. I just want to soak it in and reflect.
Frenchie, you as a person, though, you're really
hold on. Josh, hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, it's okay.
And I did that, and I like the day I flew home. I hugged my kids at the airport, and the next day I just went out in the woods and I just sat. And there's this little cliff spot that I always go sit, and it's like you got a pretty good view, and things like that. And I just went out there and I'm like, okay, before I had the post-exit interviews and things like that. And I would hear what they would say, but I haven't seen anything else besides, what these interviewers were saying. And the biggest thing that everybody was asking is, why did you say this and do this? And that, like, I went out on that cliff and that's all I thought about. And it just kept replaying over and over and over and over and over again. And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you? And it sucked because it honestly, like, it even if you could have seen the footage of when from the moment I walked out of the diary room, I don't know. I still to this day don't even know if they showed it. But if they did, it's there. From the moment I walked out of giving my nominations, I walked straight to the bathroom, and I was literally in tears when I made them nominations because I felt like the world's biggest hypocrite. Because I knew I messed up. From that second, I knew I messed up internally. And I sat there and I was in tears. And I remember Xavier walking into the bathroom, and I just hugged Xavier. And I was like, I messed up. And he was like, it's hard. This game is hard. And I knew that he didn't know what I had just done. But just to have that hug and be able to be like, he was like, this game is hard. But he didn't know that internally I was feeling like a huge hypocrite because we didn't talk about it. But that hug did a lot for me, actually. And, still to this day, I respect the shit out of Xavier for that, because in that particular moment, I needed that, because there's nothing that no fan could have ever said that wouldn't have made me feel worse than what I felt walking out of that diary room, knowing what I did. And feeling like a hypocrite, something that I tell my kids every day, don't be. I always tell my kids, if you say you're going to do something, do it. And I'm supposed to be their dad and lead by example, and for them on national TV, for their dad to be a hypocrite, what example was I setting? So that's what I was thinking in my head when I came out of that.
Yeah.
And nothing that no fan of the show could have said would have made me feel any worse than I already made myself feel. I already kicked myself. So at that point, it was when I got out of the house, I didn't avoid social media because I was scared of what they were going to say. I already felt like a shitbag myself, and I wanted to go reflect. So I took that time for myself because I needed that. And I thought about it, and I'm like, look, what even made you say that from the get-go? And it was just one of the moments that is hard to explain. You feel something here, and it just, because you're nervous and you don't know what to say. So you say the first thing that's on your mind. Like, this is my strategy. Like, this is what I want. And I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have came out and said, I'm not going to nominate blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just did it, if that makes any sense, and I didn't. And I did. People were like, he do an interview and I want to know why, but how could I do it a post interview coming off of the show when I couldn't even explain to myself internally why I did it? How am I going to explain to a person giving me an interview why I did it if I can't even explain it to myself?
Mhm.
So I saved it, and I was like, you know what? Until I know for myself, I'm not going to be able to tell anybody else. I'll just let them know that yes, I did make a mistake, and I will learn and grow from that. But I'm the type of person where I just, instead of, I don't make excuses for the things that I do. I've never been like that, you know. So I apologized, but I wanted to make sure that in my head and my heart that I knew exactly what I was apologizing for.
Right.
And it took a while because I talked to a few alumni postseason. I talked to I had some really good talks with Jess from 21. Her and I had some good conversations and a few others, but you know that's I always keep them conversations between that person and I. But I will say that I appreciate her.
We love Jess. Jess is
Yeah.
like one of our mentors. Like Jess
Yeah,
is
she's amazing.
awesome.
And you know, it was, long story short, it was one of them things that I did, and that's honestly what kicked my ass more than anything else anybody else could have ever told me. You know, somebody could have said, "I hate you for saying that," and blah 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 blah. But there's nothing that nobody else could have said that made me feel worse than knowing that my kids had to watch me be a hypocrite on national television and say that and do something completely different. Regardless if it's a game or not, the point in my head and heart was feeling like that hypocrite and my kids having to watch it because I don't care what anybody else thinks. I've never been that way. I don't need acceptance from other people. I've never been that kind of person, except my kids. I do care what my kids think because I'm supposed to be the one to guide them and lead them into and show them how they're supposed to do things. You know.
Can I say something in terms of that? Yes, you know, the conversation with your kids and your story. That's why it's your story. You know, it's like what you did triggered a historic event for because to be honest, I don't think if your HOH week wasn't as chaotic, the bigger picture wouldn't have been. There's a possibility the bigger picture wouldn't be the bigger picture. And so, as a man with the same age, I'm in New York. I can't tell you, you know, what you should have done or how you would or assume how you would have done it. But I'm telling you how it's reflecting towards me in the terms of that's the beauty of my father. My father, he passed away last year, but it's like the beauty of my father was very chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Was very, this happened and that's journey. Those are the obstacles he had to deal with. But to go through that and also awaken within your actions and to understand, damn, like as your father, you grow as well. You learn as well. Like you will never stop learning.
Right.
And for you to finish this season or like, you know, in a good space that you are now is a huge testament to you have value. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm not in your head. I don't know if you still have guilt about it, but it's just like, who gives a fuck about the fandom? It's just like you are in the history books of Big Brother. And no matter how your story was within that trajectory, the overall story is we got our first Black winner. And you were a part of that. And as children, I feel like if I was a child, I'm proud of daddy. You know what I'm saying? And so, the fandom, they don't get to understand those aspects, unfortunately, and they're brutal. I was brutal, but like I hear what you're saying in terms of like how you think that for your kids.
Yeah. And that was the thing for me, is like so many people like thought I was hiding from social media and stuff like that. But what they didn't realize was the fact of I was beating myself up worse than they could have ever done. Like there's nothing that they could have told me that I wasn't already telling myself. That when the second I sat in that room and I was talking to the producers of the show and they asked me how I felt, you went out in a very classy way, Frenchie. We appreciate that. And I said, that's great, but I feel like a hypocrite. And they kind of gave me like this weird look, like, why? But it's not for me to explain to them why I feel like a hypocrite. That's for me to navigate internally. So I left it as it was. And, I went on about my business. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about me as a person is I'm always trying to figure out. I'm nowhere near perfect. I'll never be perfect. None of us ever will be perfect. We're all gonna make mistakes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us more than others, but at the end of the day, like I that's not gonna stop me from living my life. That's not gonna stop me from trying to live the best life that I can, because nobody else is gonna put food on my kid's plate. I'm going to.
Yeah.
And so that's where it comes back to my kid's opinion are the opinions that matter to me. And everybody else's, it didn't at the time. Now I have been, since the post show, I have gone back and I've listened to people talk and hear their thoughts of it and how it made them feel at the time when they saw that and things like that. And I grow from those experiences and listen to them. But when I first got out, it was just, like I said, it was about, I was already kicking myself. Like there's, and I didn't mean to make this a big mopey thing, but yeah,
that's what we're here for, Frenchie.
That's how I felt, and
talk. Like
that's what we are here for. We want
queens. Like if we're on the fucking couch watching TV and we want to talk, or we not watch TV, like talk.
And there was a lot of people this season that was like, oh well, Michael's playing too hard. Michael, look, let me tell you, I like Michael, and let me tell you why. Because I would have played the same way. You're going to have to beat me. I'm going to win more comps than this. I won 3 comps, almost 3 comps in a matter of 2 hours worth of time almost. I instantly had that target in my back to begin with. Instantly. So from that point, when you start winning stuff, you're instantly putting yourself in that position of people saying, oh, well, he's just going to win another one and have another crazy week. Mm-hmm. And which was in other people's minds, and which they're right. It probably would have happened again. And I probably would have, I can't say who I would have put up the next week or the next week after that because I wasn't in that situation. However, if I knew somebody was coming after me, they would have been on the block without question, because I'm just that kind of person. You're going to have to beat me. And that's what I liked about Michael, was he made them beat him. And they did, but he made them do it.
Frenchie, I want to see you play again. I'm sorry. I feel like you deserve another chance. I'd like to see you go in with a more level-headed game, knowing what you've learned from last time. I feel like your second time playing, and I remember saying this last year, and I've said this year about Amira. Okay, so I said this about you last year and this year about Amira. I think you would benefit from a second chance in this game. There have been rumors of a second chance season. I think your second time playing this game, you could do very well in it. Truthfully,
Yeah, I think so too. And like, people are like, "Oh, well, will you play calm and collective?" And that's not who I am. I'm not a calm and collective person. Like, I'm able to talk to y'all like this now because it's damn my old ass. It's 11:30 at night, so I'm a little, on the chill side right now. But like, normally I'm 100 miles an hour normally. Like, that's how I am.
No, Frenchie, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you just take the word old out of the vocabulary?
Yeah. Well, I'm so used to being called that. Tell these kids on Twitter and stuff to stop calling us old, damn it.
we are not old, okay?
Yeah.
Like, that's so annoying. Like, that's
we're at that age where we can y'all can date them or their daddies or their mamas. You know,
right.
Like,
I've dated them and their daddies.
Yeah.
So that ain't old. We just
Had your parents.
Yo, we right in the middle, living our best life. I can fuck you and your fucking daddy.
Okay.
I'm at a perfect goddamn age.
No, fuck around me and your dad. I don't care.
Sorry. I went there. But yeah.
Again, Frenchie, you're someone that I would have been friends with growing up in high school. Like, hands down, like my best friend in high school reminded me of you. That's why I initially, when the game started, really rooted for you at the beginning. I was like, he's like my exact age. Like, he's someone that I could probably relate to. He's a mega fan like I am. Like, so I understand it. I understand being a super fan. It's hard for super fans. That's why I agree with you. I was a fan of Michael because Michael did what a lot of super fans were not able to do. You, Ronnie, Audrey, like, there were super fans. They all, for the most part, the super fan burns out pre-jury because they go in and it's like a kid in a candy store and you want to do everything because, like, I'm on Big Brother. Holy shit, there's Julie Chan. There's
like, no matter where you go,
there's the memory wall. Like,
no matter where you go in that house, you're in awe if you're a super fan. Like, I'll never forget the first day I ever sat in the diary room. They took that blindfold off of me. And I'm like, holy shit, fire, what is this? And I look around and it kicks in. I'm in the diary room. Oh my God. Like, and this voice comes across the little thing. And they start talking and I'm like, hold on. You're gonna have to give me a minute because I gotta soak this in. Like, I could leave tonight for all I know. Like, let me soak this in. And I sat there for a while, and it's like, no matter walking up the stairs, like, it's something even as simple as walking up the damn stairs. You know what I mean? Like, walking up them spiral staircase. Like, no other Big Brother players. Think about this. No other Big Brother players from now on will ever get to experience that spiral staircase that we all grew up watching.
Right.
Nobody else will.
What was that voice like? Like your main? You can just like tell us on the pod or not. What was that main voice that was in your head, guiding you through the game? Like, what was it? Was it ego or was it, like, what was it?
From the moment. All right, so from the moment I stepped in, it was, I've gone a specific amount of time without seeing my kids. I want a picture. Mm-hmm. I'm not being beat. So, and then once I got the picture of my kids, it turned into more of, because I had to quit smoking cold turkey before I went there. I didn't have to, but I did. I quit smoking cold turkey before I went in the house. Yeah, something else that a lot of people don't know.
Wait,
so
cigarettes?
I had just gone like 7 days without tobacco.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like, I was on edge as it was, right? So I'm sitting there coming out of sequester, going into the house, and I'm already at that point like, I need some damn tobacco. Like, I'm about to flip a gasket. And so I got them nicotine fits kicking in, and all of a sudden Christian gets safe, and it's the perfect storm.
Oh,
like,
no.
Everything that kicked in, when it did, how it did, everything. It was literally the perfect storm of that first week. And everybody's like, you planned that chaotic week. Like, you had to have gone in saying you were going to do this. And I'm like, no. Like, things literally just happened the way they did because, it's a lot of things factored into it. From missing my kids to having a nicotine fit and to the only person that I wanted to target being safe. Like, it all literally, if it could go wrong that week for me, it did. And like, it was crazy because even like, do you remember the wild card comp the week I was evicted where we got the paint sprayed all over us?
Yes, with Sarah Beth was in it. Win it.
So that last answer, I knew that answer, but I was so flustered because I thought it was the last question that I put up the wrong one. And yeah, I knew what it was, but for some reason my hand just like quick reacted and I was so pissed off at myself afterwards. Oh, so mad because I knew that answer. And it just, it was so much that just happened that week that was just chaos. And would I do it again? Yeah. In a heartbeat.
And you got to win that first HOH again. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Look, I don't think I could ever outdo that HOH week. Ever. Like, even if I tried, and even if it was a second chance season, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to be like, no.
It's okay.
Nobody can win this. Frenchie cannot win this first HOH. And I'd probably be the first week target.
Frenchie, if you were in a second chance this season, who would you want to see as a second chancer with you? I'd want to see Amira. I still want Amira back again. I think she has potential.
That was my number one pick to win.
Amira was?
Mm-hmm.
I think Amira would be great to play again. I think she had a lot of potential.
This is why, like, okay, I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, this is why I'm so happy Taylor won. This is why I'm so happy Xavier won the previous year. Is now I can just watch Big Brother again and just be like, you motherfuckers just go in that bitch and just, who gives a fuck what race, what sexuality, what fucking, who gives a fuck? If you ain't fucking with the motherfucker, then I ain't fucking with you. I'm targeting you. I don't care if you black, white, whatever, gay, whatever. I'm just not fucking with you. We are different.
I hate to say this, but I would go. Yeah, I bring to his response. I hate to say this. I would go with Frenchie. I would target the jocks. I would. I don't want another. I never want another jock winning again.
That's your perspective of the game, and the thing is, like, that's the beauty of. I don't want to target the jocks versus. I don't want to target a woman. I don't want to target a fucking black person because this is what the game is. Like that is done.
That would be my number one thing going in again. Yeah. It's at that point, it's everybody can get it at that point. I don't care.
I'm so excited for next season, and hopefully, like, I'm connected to next season the same way. In different ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't want to look at fucking race. I want to root for who the baddest motherfucker playing this goddamn game.
Who's the best, and let me take him out. That's.
I want more fights. I want season 10 again. I want, like, fight night. I want Keisha's birthday again, and we haven't gotten it. We haven't gotten it.
I feel like next season we're gonna get it because it's like, I feel like finally in Big Brother. The race aspect. That's why when y'all was saying the R word, to me, I was like race. But I was like,
yeah, I thought that's where you were going with it too.
I knew where V was going with it because I
For me, I was like, oh damn, we filtering ourselves like that.
I would have said that. Oh my god, I would have been like, no, hell no, let's go for it. I'm literally not saying a word that I don't fucking say because I'm on that.
No. I fucks with that. No, my thing is, like, I'm also been drinking and I'm high, so I was just kind of, I like probably might tuned out and been like, wait, the R? Like, wait, what? Race? And so
no, I would have been like, all out.
I was talking about something else. But I hope that fucking R word race within Big Brother is finally just done. Just play. Like, just play. And that's, for me, that's old school Big Brother. Is They came to play, even though we had tokens, but you know how people interacted with the tokens were their way of life.
I'd say up until season 14.
Yeah. No, but what we got to see in old school Big Brother is they were just playing. They didn't give a fuck because everybody knows race is such a huge topic. It's such a race and sexism is the most prominent things that can get you canceled. Yeah. So with all these people psychologically knowing that going into Big Brother, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to make sure I like walk on eggshells for it. Well, back then they were just there to play the game. If I didn't fuck with you because of your race, I just don't fuck with you, and that's my demon. I'm gonna have to tackle when I get out of here.
And even like an Evil Dick. Okay, I actually like Evil Dick. I've said it multiple times. I rooted for him because yes, he was awful, and yes, he was politically incorrect the entire season. But I don't think he ever truly crossed the line. He never got racist. He never got. Well, he did call Jen a bitch. He did a couple times. But like for the most part, the guy, he did what he did. You know, I liked Evil Dick. I did. I thought he was great. I am a fan of him. And I think that he gets a bad rap, and I think he's a misunderstood player. But
he actually is super misunderstood. And yeah. I did Dick at Night this year with him. And he came to Tennessee, and we hung out down here.
That's awesome.
And we took him to a few bars and stuff like that. It was a good time.
Yeah.
But and we just got to talk, like not about Big Brother, not about none of that, just talk.
Yeah.
In general. And I think that he's so used to people hating on him that he's gonna egg you on to make you do it even more.
Yeah.
But like if you're an actual friend of his, like you get to see a totally different side of him than you do, you know, if you're in his face talking about him and stuff, you know.
Do you know what I think about that man? I think he's loyal.
You think
he's very loyal.
You think he would you think he would talk to us?
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Let's set it up.
So I'll text him.
I would die. Like that means that would be awesome. Like I think like Evil Dick. Okay, so here's the reason why I relate to him. Me and my father have a very tumultuous relationship. We're on and off, on and off. I've gone 3 years without speaking to my dad. I'm currently on good terms with him. Me and my dad are really good, but he reminds me so much of my dad in so many ways. And like his season with Danielle was like, I imagine me and my dad playing it because we would, my dad is like the master manipulator in some ways, but like I related to him, and my dad also has no censor and those things. So I grew to liking him because of that, because he reminded me of my dad. So I had a lot of respect for him. While people were like, this man is awful. And it's like, I don't get that. He might be awful, but I think it's more misunderstood. I think he's very sensitive, and I feel like he doesn't put up with bullshit like a lot of other people have.
Zero.
So nothing wrong with that.
And the thing that I like about him personally, and the type of people that I get along with best are the people that if they have an issue, they come and talk to you about it. Because if you look in the house, I wasn't the type that would do this and then say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" and then have an issue with you and talk about that issue with everybody else but you. I was the type that if I had an issue or I didn't like something you did, I called you up there and we talked about it like grown-ass men. And that's just the kind of person I am. And that's the kind of stuff that I respect, which goes back to what my best friend did to me. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? This is the kind of person that I'm going to be is, you know, up front, whether you like it or not, I'm going to tell you like it is. And, you know, the thing that I would say to Big Brother fans is there's probably things in these house guests and future house guests lives that have happened to them that help mold their mindset. And unless you know what that is or care enough to ask and talk about it, you're never going to know, and all you're going to do is assume the whole time. So you're going to have this judgment on this person, and you don't even know the real story. You don't know why this person doesn't like this or doesn't like that or won't talk to this kind of person. You don't know why, unless you take 10 seconds out of your busy day to be like, hey, just a quick question. Why don't you get along with meatheads? How did that all start? Not once while I was on Big Brother did I ever get asked that question in an interview. Everybody thought it was a ploy to just have something to talk about on Big Brother. Nobody knew. You guys are the first one to ever hear the real story, the honest to God story behind that of why I didn't like meatheads and things like that. You guys are the first ones to ever hear it.
That makes sense. That is, and I appreciate you for sharing that with us. But even if you didn't, I still would say props to you, Frenchie, because again, I feel like you changed the history of Big Brother. You were the start of Generation 4 of Big Brother. Up until your season, it was going through, I would say, a shitstorm generation. Generation 3 was shit. Season 15 to season 22, absolute and utter shit. The fans didn't like it. Production pretended the fans liked it. They didn't. It was the worst seasons of Big Brother. You started the beginning of great seasons again. And this new generation of Big Brother, 23 and 24, has started a Big Brother that the fans like and the fans want to see. And you were a big name in that. So like
I would say CBS finally becoming equal and fair started that generation.
Yes.
And the rest of us, the rest of us just made it what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with that, and I think that seasons to come are like what Frank said. They're going to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
They're going to be something you can watch and just be like, wow, they're going at it.
Before your season, people were about to throw in the towel with Big Brother. People were done, especially after the last All-Stars, aka the people that said yes that season. After that travesty of a season, people were done. Like, people were like, I'm over this. This is just the same thing every season. It's not fun to watch anymore. It's the same repetitive BS. We're getting the same winners. It's the same, all the bros getting together, taking the boring girl to the end. And one of the bros every single season was like that. And your season changed it. Like, it was like,
and that's what I wasn't going to have this season. Or not this season, but my season.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And this is as a black man speaking. Xavier exhibited what the season actually did turn out the way Big Brothers usually turns out.
That's true.
But this is a way that a lot of people might not think about it, is the dominant alliance. The person that's the head of the alliance is the strong alpha male.
No, but the head of the alliance was Tiffany. Tiffany was the head of the alliance.
Tiffany was the strategist.
Yeah.
But Xavier was the alpha male that
everybody trusted him.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But that's how it's been in previous. It just so happens the only difference between Xavier and a lot of the dominant male characters that we're used to is Xavier is black. See, but y'all didn't look at it that way. But as a super fan that's been watching since season 1, I looked at it that way.
Yeah.
And I rooted for a first black winner, so I didn't have to look at it that way. But that's the only difference.
Yeah. So really, Taylor changed. Taylor's win was A new one.
Look, I want to say this. Taylor has the utmost grace because I looked at my sister and I was like, had I been on that season, one, I probably would have been expelled. Seeing a man talk to a woman like that, talking about you're dead to me, I probably would have been. This is just me being 100% honest. I probably would have been expelled at that moment because I probably would have grabbed him by his shirt collar and threw him out the front door.
Are you talking about Monty or Terrence?
About
No, Daniel.
Daniel.
Oh, Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Daniel.
it just to me like that, and you know what's crazy is this, right? Is before that, the person that was running his account, I even told him because he was getting some hate before that with the being on Paloma's side and stuff, which it wasn't really like he wasn't doing anything too egregious at that point. And so I was telling the person that was running his account, I was like, hey, like it's you're gonna get a lot of heat. Just be ready for it. You know, if you need anything, holler at me, right? And then I saw the what I saw, and I was like, I'm done. But you know, I felt for the people running his account because I know what it was like hearing what the people running my account went through week one. And it's not fun. And the one thing that I would say is like people need to realize like the people running these accounts they're not in the house. They're not doing these actions or saying these things or doing that. Like, don't attack them.
And Frenchie, that Daniel was a disgrace. I'm sorry. And how he doubled down afterwards and has not acknowledged shit since then. I'm sorry, I'm judging him as a person. He's an awful person for how he has handled it since the show, acting like it's some big joke that he was talking down.
And that's also a testament to his fucking character. And I'm sorry, New York is coming out, Detroit's coming out. Fuck it. Like, I didn't expect to be on this pod tonight and to be doing this with like Frenchie. Daniel's character is like you're monopolizing on somebody's hurt, somebody's guilt, or not guilt, but like that's his guilt. But you're monopolizing off of somebody's trauma.
Like being a villain is one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is the way that I see it. Being a villain is one thing. But you can still be a villain and have class.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like look at Dr. Will. He was considered a villain.
Right.
He did it with class.
Now my book.
Even you and Derek and DF, like y'all are considered quote unquote in this world villains in terms of like the Big Brother fandom. You like it is what it is.
Y'all are harmless. So y'all are good guys.
Like, no, but like it's a character, and this is the beauty about
and the character on the show. Yeah.
How do you operate with your character that you're given, whether you can control it or not with editing or whatever? I feel like you're quote unquote villainary, like whatever, and that fandom has been redeemed to a point where it's just like we ain't got to talk about it no more. And also with Daniel, it's like you this black woman has a weight on her shoulder. And you could possibly be, even though she turned that negative to a positive, he could possibly be a trigger for something in her future life. We're not in that. Yes, she might have won, but we're not in that house. But for me, watching is just like you're antagonizing the people that are supporting her when there's nobody in the world that can say that you were right. No one.
Yeah.
No one in this world. If somebody says that man was right, you can have my fucking my luxury fucking apartment that like in New York, like, but I would give it to you because that's not possible. You did something wrong. And then you saw her journey. You got to watch her journey. You got to see how America reacted to her journey. And you're going to take selfies at Disney World and monopolize on that? Like, fuck you. And who are you? What you did, Frenchie, is you said you made a mistake. And you said you went home, you sat in the wilderness, and you reflected. You didn't get on social media and antagonize the people that were fighting for an oppressive cause. That's where Daniel's fucked up, and he's a piece of shit.
I did once though. I did once.
No, because
and like I said, I own up to my shit. I did do a tweet that said, "Do you miss me yet?" I did.
Frenchie, that's different though. That's like you're indulging in your haters. Like at this point, you got haters. Like who cares? But like, there's a difference between you. You didn't affect a person's mental in that house.
Correct.
You didn't talk down to a woman like that.
He had this woman sitting in her bed crying. Yeah. And just feeling like lower than the scum of the earth, like most black women feel. That's a difference. Yeah. You didn't do no shit like that. You was talking to my girl Tiffany. I love Tiffany. I had me and Tiffany after the pod.
I love Tiffany.
Oh my God, I love her.
We had so much fun with her, and she was great in person too.
Like,
look, she's so much fun to be around.
Yes, you took her under your wing. You took her under your wing, so there was no like racism or whatever. Okay, Nicole, shit, whatever. But it's just like I could see the genuineness between the relationships of what you're trying to build with these people. And that's a huge difference from fucking Daniel.
See, the thing that, because I've been asked a few times like what I thought about that situation, and I haven't kept up with like, you know, cause like you said a minute ago, like I guess Disney World pictures or stuff, Disneyland, whatever it was. I don't keep up with any of that. So I don't know what necessarily, unless it's brought to my attention, I don't really know what he does and all that. The one person I did reach out to, well, I reached out to two. I reached out to Hayden, Michael's fiance. And I told him, I was like, you know, please tell him I said he played an excellent game and, you know, I was rooting for him, which I was. Mm-hmm. And Taylor. Mm-hmm. You know, me and Taylor's had some small talk back and forth. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, like, I wanted to give you time to, because I know it's chaotic. I know what the first few months are like afterwards. Like, whenever you get past the woo-saw stage, like, let me know. And then I want to congratulate you, like, on the phone or in however, but I want to be able to congratulate you. But I don't want to do it while you're swarmed right now. And, you know, I haven't done that with anybody else. And there's a reason, because I didn't feel like I had as a super fan of this show, I didn't have a connection with anybody else. Like Joseph was great. I enjoyed watching Joseph. But I didn't really personally, as a fan of the show, I didn't have that connection with anybody else. It was consistently, is Taylor going to last another week?
Yep.
And is Michael going to win another comp? That was my focus of this season. You know, it was like this and this. Like that's all personally. Like when I was watching that's what I was doing. Okay, make sure she's here another week, and Michael wins something else.
And so is Facebook. So is Reddit. And I was like, the first time where we all came together. It was like,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. For all of the platforms to be so synchronized this season was amazing. I don't think it's ever been like that, ever.
Yeah, and I think the toxicity within like I'm into politics. I look at Russian bots, I look at trolls, I look at all that shit. I feel like now we have an understanding as this big brother community grows that we no longer have to talk about the race aspect unless it comes up in how on a personal aspect.
Right.
It's just like it's time for people to just play.
Yeah.
That's a struggle that we all had to deal with this season. Is we're rooting for Taylor, like this wait, and now it's finally we all manifested this win together.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of collection and coming together, a collective of us. Big Brother Twitter is a big voice.
You know what got me emotional? When they pulled that last key and she told Taylor that she won. What got me emotional was I had my phone in my hand and I'm on Twitter scrolling. And you see past alumni that have had to go through some shit tell her congratulations. It gave me goosebumps. It literally gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. I was waiting to see Danielle Reyes, Davon, Kemi.
Yeah.
I didn't see Dominique, but I would have loved to see hers as well. But there's so many Black women in the history that
it gave me goosebumps. Literally, like it was amazing to see because Davon is one of those people that is very vocal in the way she feels about things in the show and what she wanted. And I've always been a huge Davon supporter. Like I've always loved her. She's always been one of my favorite. And to see her and Kimmy and Ika Wong and all of them just pouring out how amazing this was. It literally, like, if that don't get you emotional, knowing, like, being a fan, an actual super fan of this show, and then scrolling Twitter and seeing that, if that didn't get you emotional, you have no fucking heart whatsoever. Zero. Because it literally gave me chills seeing it. And it was just something that to witness was just awesome, you know? And it's for Taylor to go through what she did and come out on top like that. Like, I saw some people on Facebook, talk about what did she do to deserve to win. And it lit a fire under my ass. I went off on a few people on Facebook. But
she did everything she could. And she didn't win comps, but she persevered. Everything she said in that speech, did you not get goosebumps during that speech?
Yeah.
I was watching it, we were like crying.
Spoken.
We literally could not get it together. We just started crying about halfway through and we could not. It was amazing. I was like, Josh was like, I don't think she's going to win. I don't think she's going to win. And I looked at him and I said,
scared.
Josh, shut the hell up. And then she went on with her speech and I looked at him and I said, oh, she's not going to win.
Yeah. Oh, if you had any doubts before the speech, they were immediately taken care of after that final speech.
I quickly reminded him that that she was a beauty pageant queen.
Yeah.
And beauty pageant queens need to be the most tied together, just down to the smallest detail, like cover your ass. I am polished and just like crisp and concise. Like she had that shit dialed. Yeah. She knew.
I told my sister, I said, taking Taylor is a mistake. And she said, why? I said, listen to me. I want Taylor to win this game. I said, but taking her from Monty's perspective is a mistake because he's not going to beat her. She's a beauty queen. She's literally trained to speak in these situations, to answer questions like this, and to have class and poise and make sure you pay attention to her answers. That's a mistake taking her, because she's going to win. And I'll be damned, she knocked it out of the park with her final speech. And I was just like, whew. You could tell, like, it, like, literally, if you look at after her speech and then you look at Monty, you can just tell the life just sucked out of him at that point. Once he heard that final speech, he knew he messed up at that moment. And
oh yeah,
it was just,
if she even got that close, there was no fucking way that anybody else would have won.
Honestly, she's my favorite winner since June Song, and I'm gonna go out there and say that.
I love June.
June's my favorite winner. Well, now Taylor is my favorite since June, but also like Dan Giesling, but like she's amazing. So
look, my favorite player of all time is Danielle Reyes.
Yes, me too.
Oh,
always
hands
will be.
down.
Yeah.
Season 3,
always
you know, Frenchie, it was 20 years ago
I'll
to the
be
day.
right back.
Yeah. Okay, Frank, let me know when you're back. Okay. It was 20 years ago to the day that Danielle Reyes lost to Lisa in season 3. 20 years later to the dot was that finale.
Look, I almost shit my pants. Literally almost shit my pants when I was in this this, like, I don't want to call it an interview. It wasn't an interview. It was like a podcast type section thing where there was a bunch of people talking. And then I see Danielle Reyes' microphone light up and she starts talking to me.
What?
I'm like, you know who I am? Like, oh my God. Like I was like a schoolboy. Like I was in heaven because somebody that I idolized on Big Brother, like, was having a conversation with me and talking to me. And I was like, talking to me about the way I played and things like that. And like, it was just, that was my surreal moment of, hey, you actually play Big Brother and Danielle Reyes actually knows who you are. Like that's when it really hit me.
Danielle Reyes is probably the best woman to ever play Big Brother.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would say
her and Ika Wong.
Oh, for sure. I think Danielle Reyes is one of the top 3 players of all time to play Big Brother. I think that the best player of Big Brother is Dan Giesling. In my opinion, I think Dan Giesling takes the cake as the best player of Big Brother in the history. I think you got Dan Giesling, Dr. Will, and Danielle Reyes. Those are your top 3 in somewhat of an order. That's my opinion. That woman played that game like the violins. It was perfect. It was perfect.
You know who I think's super underrated? Andy.
Who?
Andy.
Andy's great. We were just talking about this. I've said this.
Super underrated.
Well, season 15 is an underrated season because, yes, there was the racism, but if you take the racism out of it, it had some of the best strategic moments in that season. And Andy was a great winner. And I've said this. I've said it.
Super underrated.
Super underrated. And unfortunately, he doesn't get the credit he deserves because of Aaron Grace.
I like Andy. And I catch a lot of hell sometimes for that. But like I said, I'm one of them people where I don't care what other people think. I personally really like Andy.
I like Andy as well a lot. I defended him. I was on with Taryn. I started off in like their like RHAP's class of 2020, so I did like a couple things with them like 2 years ago, and I did a live feed with Taryn, and I talked about how I like Andy and that, and then I guess Andy saw it and retweeted it, and I was like, yeah.
Tell me why I thought he was going to be on our season.
What?
I heard the rumors. I wasn't in sequester yet when the rumors started flowing.
Wait, what? Andy was supposed to be on your season?
No, not Andy. Taryn Armstrong.
Oh yeah, there were rumors about Taryn.
There was rumors about him going to be on the season.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in sequester yet. I was the last one to get flown out.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I had a death in the family, so I went from the funeral to California.
Oh my God! So ready, packed, all good to go type thing.
Yeah. So they gave me like, I think it was 2 extra days or something like that before I flew out.
Yeah.
And So I'm sitting there with my phone as they're coming to film everything for me on the farm. And I'm scrolling. I'm like, Taryn, like, is he really on? Because at this point, like, I know I'm headed to California. So, like, my first thing was win the first HOH, get his ass out of there.
Oh, that's what I would do. Goodbye, out the door.
And it was nothing
Out
personal. It's just he knows a lot of Big Brother.
Yes.
And it was one of them things to where the house isn't big enough for 2 super fans.
He won't be on the show. He's too
Like,
well known in the podcast community. They would never put him on. It won't
like
happen.
but you know how those rumors are, and it goes in the back of your head, like when you're thinking, and it's like, okay, is he can win this all if he's here. And so that I think that's another reason why I went after that first competition so hard, was because of that. I thought he was coming.
Oh, really? That makes sense.
And like I said, it's nothing like I don't have anything against him. I don't, the rumor was there. I thought, him being a super fan, I was like, he can win this game. If he is in this house, he can win this game.
Yeah,
until he's not in this house anymore.
I agree with that.
So, I actually think that he would be a very strategic, good player in the game.
He would win.
So that's where my mind was at, and it kind of came off asshole-ish, and I haven't had the chance to apologize to him, but when we did our exit interview, I told him, I was like, yeah, I thought you were going to be in the house. And he was like, so who would you have evicted? And I was like, you, if you were in there, because I heard you was going to be in the house. I didn't mean for it to come off like asshole-ish. Like, and I've never got to explain that to him. Maybe one day, but I know I came off as an asshole, and that's not how I meant it. I meant it as like exactly the way I just explained it to you. Like, he's a super fan. I think he could win the whole season if he ever played.
Oh, for sure.
That's why I said that. Like, he would have been my first target because of that reason. Like, he would be excellent at the game. At least I think so.
Awesome.
But
yeah, go ahead, Frenchie.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying we are it's getting late. We want to close out for the night.
It's midnight.
I want to let you know we had so much fun. I am so happy you came on tonight. We want to have you back. Like, we want to have like an episode geared towards you. Like, we want to shoot this shit. Like, I think Frank is back as well. We definitely want you back on the phone.
I'm like cooking right now.
It's okay.
Yeah.
What are you cooking us?
I'm making steak, baked potato, and some salad.
You're doing it fancy.
At 1 a.m.?
I'm hungry. I didn't eat today. I had a smoothie.
Come to Tennessee. I'll get you some fresh steak.
No,
the best stuff over there.
Frenchie, my family, my mom, my grandma, because my sister, she went to TSU. So, yeah, my sister, she just had a baby like a year ago, like a year and a half ago. She's also a Big Brother fan. She just had a baby, so my mom, she moved down south so she can like raise, her grandbaby. So I go to Tennessee all the time, but it's Knoxville. But I've been going to Tennessee, like I've been 5 times, 6 times this year. Like I go, that's my family. Like I go to see my family.
I got a lot of Q friends at TSU.
Really?
Like me and the Qs, we go back deep. I have a lot of Q friends. I almost became a Q before I did Pike.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, were you Greek?
Yeah, I was.
I was Greek as well, but I'm Jewish. I was in the all Jew frat, AE Pi, but like I loved
was
Pike.
Pi Kappa Alpha Pike.
I loved
but
Pike.
I was I almost rushed Q beforehand.
Wow.
Where did you go to undergrad? Wait, where was it in Tennessee?
P.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I went to Michigan State, but like ours, like it was I won Greek week for us 3 years in a row. I mean, so I slayed that.
Yeah. That was one of my college dreams was to step. Believe it or not, that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
That was always a big dream of mine.
I loved in school the pretty boys. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, I did the singing. I can't do the dancing. I sing. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, hey, you guys are both better than me because I can't do either.
Yo, we talking Black. We talking the Black Greek organization, right?
Do what?
The Black Greek organization, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Josh ain't peep.
I did the Jew one, okay?
Right. Yeah, no, Frenchie, I peep, but Josh ain't peep. But
Jewish.
that's why I love all of us. You feel me?
Yeah. We well, I tell you what, you come down here, we'll go to a TSU party and we'll throw down.
No, for real. Like I'm going for Thanksgiving. You're in which part of Tennessee again?
I'm in Clarksville.
How far is that from Knox?
About 4.5 hours, not too long.
Oh, that's long. But
That's not long.
okay. No. So to hang out with Frenchie, that's not long. You look.
I'll come out there. How about that? I got a lot of friends out there.
No. Yes. Come through. come through Knox. I'm learning the environment, the area. It's been a couple years and I'm slowly
We'll talk more in New York too.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. That's my mecca. That's where you really should.
I've never been to New York, so you got to. I want to see like everything. I want to see the Statue of Liberty. Like I want to see the Brooklyn Bridge. I want to see everything.
Yeah, you want to do the tourist shit.
Yeah, some of it.
Well, you're gonna be with a bunch of Big Brother people. I'm sure they're gonna show you the tourist shit. But when you want to see like the shit,
yeah, I'm down. You let me know.
Hit me up.
Always.
This was probably the most fun I've had all summer with this.
I have fun with y'all.
This was great.
This was great. Frenchie, you are welcome back anytime. Do you watch any other shows? Do you watch like The Challenge or anything?
Look, Big D got me into Drag Race.
Yeah.
Okay, so B is going to be running Drag Race with us. We would love to have you on when we start doing Drag Race next year.
I got obsessed.
Yo, can y'all imagine like V, Frenchie, and Big D talking about fucking Drag Race?
Like, I love it.
I'm dead.
I love Drag Race.
Let's fucking go.
I cannot fucking wait. Like, I'm lit right now, Frenchie. I get lit on the pods. I like at first I'm very reserved, but then I start getting drunk. And
you should have seen him with Ozzy last week.
You saw me with Ozzy. Oh my god!
Look, hey, don't get me and Ozzy together. You want to see a mess? You want to see an absolute mess? Put me and Ozzy together. We are wild together.
We'll do
we was singing like
wild.
We was doing all types of shit.
We had so much fun with Ozzy.
I love Ozzy so much.
Frenchie, we had Diane on from season 5.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, Diane.
That was our first guest on the podcast.
Our first guest,
wow.
Diane. Yeah.
And then from there we got
Rockstar.
We got 5 of the cookout members.
5 of the cookout members.
We had nights just like this.
We have had every cookout member but X.
Rockstar.
It's the only one we've done.
I will. I'll text Evil Dick for you.
Yeah.
I would love
that would be fucking amazing. And tell Evil Dick,
we'll talk.
I don't know if he drinks or not. Have a drink, have a blunt, do whatever your quote unquote vice is, and have fun.
If you have a list of people that you want to see on, shoot me that list and I'll see what I can. If I know them personally, I'll talk to them.
Let's end the podcast and we'll talk a little bit really quick. But Frenchie, where can our viewers find you if they aren't already following you? Which they
I don't even know my handles. At Farmer Frenchie _ I think it is on Instagram, and they go. I think it's the same thing for Twitter. Maybe
Twitter is hold on. Farmer Frenchie is your Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Farmer Frenchie _ is your Instagram, and Farmer Frenchie is the Twitter.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, Frank, where can everyone find you?
Before I do this, because it's been on my screen the entire time, so I hope you motherfuckers are trying to find me. But
I don't even think we need to do this. They already know. I don't even need to send out.
No. But my closeout is Frenchie. I fuck with you, and this was a conversation that I was not expecting to have tonight, and I'm so glad it happened. And that's just the way the universe works. When shit hits you, you just roll with it. And
exactly.
And like I have a new perspective of your point of view and certain things that I think BB Twitter and people that aren't, there would also understand. And so I thank you for like being honest, being vulnerable. And you dope as fuck, man. Like you
same.
Like you
Y'all are great. And B, next time we're gonna get some more words out of you. You can't sit there and be shy the whole damn time.
No.
Hey,
wait,
if this is what defeats I got to look forward to, I'm gonna be sad. I need some chaos, all right?
Hey,
talk
it's just I'm over here with these two loud ass queens, so I can't keep too damn hard.
I will tell you, Frenchie, V is my barber, aka the award-winning, won this year as the best barber in Metro Detroit. Did win that, but like V knows how to get down, and V is a lot of fun. I will tell you.
We're just going through, Frenchie. We're just going through changes right now.
We're going through some changes in the pod.
Hey, that's growth. That's good.
Yeah.
Changes are good.
Yeah. So now that I feel like we all have this understanding of where we're going and what we're doing, shit like this is gonna happen no matter what. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Like it's a new direction. And like thank you for being an affirmation.
Love that.
Thank y'all for inviting me. This was great.
V, where can everyone find you really quick? It's right up there.
I was just about to say, I'm with Frank. If you haven't followed me by now, then too fucking bad. So
just follow everyone. Okay, most importantly, follow us at Couch Potato Queens, Couch Potato QWNZ. You guys know my main stuff. Mendelson is my Twitter and Instagram. But we have a lot planned for you guys. We have the challenge coming up. Steven and Doug are doing the challenge, and that's going to be next week.
No, it's the one you had off. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about
I'm about to talk about our Potomac thing, that we're starting. We're doing Potomac. Me and Frank are going to be covering Real Housewives of Potomac. V, do you watch Potomac?
I do watch Potomac.
Okay, V's coming too. We're watching Real Housewives of Potomac. This Monday, we are going on.
Yo, we about to have so much fucking fun. V, I didn't know you watch Potomac.
Well, now
I watch all the Real Housewives.
Okay, it's all good.
There's a lot of information coming from all y'all.
So Monday we're doing Potomac with Hannah Chada from Big Brother 23. Hannah's going to join us because she loves some Potomac too, so she's going to join us for that. And
we'll not be drunk for that one.
We'll figure it out from there. Yeah, you want to talk Potomac? We want to talk about Mia and Candace and Wendy. We're doing it. It's gonna be fun. Okay, we'll be advertising it.
That's my show, so I'm about to plug it. Josh got Big Brother. V has Drag Race. Steven has the challenge. I have Potomac. So come through on Monday with Hannah Chada, and we're gonna do the fucking shit that I want to do, the way I want to do it, the same way V is gonna do it on their show, the same way Steven is gonna do it on his show. So come the fuck through. Let's talk. If you watch Housewives Frenchie, come through. I don't give a fuck if you're on Big Brother, Survivor, whatever. Come through. We'll talk. I don't even give a fuck if you watch the last episode and that's all you watch. We're going to talk. So
all right.
I cannot fucking wait. Next time you guys see this podcast, it will be the Potomac episode on Monday. And I cannot wait to see y'all. And let's just have fun.
Absolutely.
Love you guys. Frenchie, thank you for being fucking awesome. You are amazing.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all. You're amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.